Huskies into Kid Brewer Stadium to take on the number 2 seed, Appalachian State Mountaineers, with their Peyton Award finalist, Richie Williams, at the helm. It's showdown time in the mountains. Southern Illinois and App State next. It's the man of the mountain, Yosef, overlooking the campus of Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina. The fans have turned out to back up their Mountaineers, as today in 1AA playoff in NCAA, it's once again Southern Illinois going up against Appalachian State and the Mountaineers. Hi, everybody. Sam Smith along with Doug Graber, former coach of Rutgers and Montana State University 1AA. You like this system in the playoffs?
I love the system. It's very simple. You lose, you go home. The next game is the biggest of your career.
So the two conferences, the Gateway and the Southern Conference, will collide today. Gateway champions, the co-champions anyway, Southern Illinois, and what a quarterback in Joel Sambursky. This guy holds virtually every record he has at Southern Illinois.
Well, the best word to describe him, he is a winner. He's not real big. He's not real fast. But I'll tell you what a heck of a player. He's been extremely productive for the Salukis. He's very, very accurate. He can run the ball a little bit too. He can certainly throw it. He can put up some big numbers.
And one other thing, the experience is 49th consecutive start for Southern Illinois. Other side is another outstanding quarterback in Richie Williams. He too has got a lot of records right here at Appalachian State.
Both of these quarterbacks have over 7,000 yards passing in their career. Richie Williams, a little different kind of quarterback. He runs the option. He's a very good athlete, very accurate. He has hit over 60% of his passes as well.
So again, the two quarterbacks collide. Let's talk about the keys of the game. First of all, starting with Southern Illinois, Coach.
Well, they've got to handle this frantic pace of this offense. They're seniors. They have 24. They got to play great. They have to handle the defensive ends for Appalachian State.
Other side of the coin, Appy, what do they got to do?
Well, for Appy certainly has to. They got to get off the field. Southern Illinois is very good on third down. Their offense has to wear them down, and they better have sound kick protection because Southern Illinois has blocked 6 kicks this year.
Well, we've talked a lot about offense, but don't forget the defense will be shored up, particularly for Appalachian State. His name is Marcus Morrell. He comes from the defensive end. He and Hunter may pay dividends today as Appalachian State, Southern Illinois collide in the 1AA NCAA quarterfinals coming up next. While Jerry Moore, the head coach here at Appalachian State University, brings his club onto the field, second consecutive home game, which is a big plus for them, the number 2 seed overall in the 1AA playoffs. Looking at the brackets, the way the two teams have made their way in here, and you see, of course, the New Hampshire along with Northern Illinois, Cal Poly, Texas State later today, Richmond and Furman up at Richmond, and here Appalachian State coming up against Southern Illinois, all heading for Finley Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and of course that'll be a great championship game coming up later in the month. While Jerry Kill on the other side for Southern Illinois, what a job he's done here, Doug. They were going to drop the program a couple of years before he arrived 5 years ago.
Well, you talk about a rebirth of the program, and he did it fast. And I'll tell you, this quarterback, Zambursky, has been a big part of that. But this coaching staff has done a great job.
So as Coach Kill, there's Jerry Moore, 17th year. You talk about finding a comfort zone and doing a great job of it. 16 of the 17 years here have been winning seasons and outright champions of the Southern Conference this year, and his 4th Coach of the Year award. Jerry Moore, Jerry Kell, their teams are ready to go, and we are too with 1AA football. You talked about the playoff. It's one game out and you're gone. The Butterflies, what does that stand, Coach?
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is the biggest game all of these players have ever played in their careers, and if they win today, the next one is even bigger. And I've coached in the NFL playoffs and everything, but I'll tell you what, this is exciting stuff. It's just a tragedy that we don't have a playoff system in 1A football because it doesn't get any better than this.
You saw the temperature, 34 degrees at kickoff, which means we'll be in the 20s before this one's all over. They're also forecasting some rain to be coming in, and that'll be an interesting scenario to find out how the two teams would play. The passing at Appalachian State is down, but the rushing is up. For Southern Illinois, they're pretty well status quo where they were last year. They'll throw it and run it. Certainly Whitlock, an outstanding back out of one backfield. Richardson out for Appalachian State out of the other. So good running game, excellent passing game. A couple of good defenses. We've got it down on paper here, Coach.
2 great quarterbacks, 2 great running backs. I'll tell you what, the defenses are sound. This will be a great football game today.
Well, kicking off for Southern Illinois will be Greg Coffin, who, by the way, is one of the record setters in scoring in the history of Southern Illinois. Also has nailed 8 of his 12 field goals if it comes down to that before this year is all over. Deep for Appalachian State, and their kick return will be Dexter Jackson along with Kevin Richardson, and the kick will be fielded short. On the near side, they come in Appalachian State out to the 31-yard line. Failing and bringing ahead is Chase Laws. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Mountaineers. We made mention of the Walter Payton Award to quarterbacks in Williams along with Sam Bursky. And of course, that simply is the best player in all of Division I AA. And there's one of your 16 finalists in Richie Williams. You see good size, good speed. And I tell you what, a guy that can run or throw with the best of them here, Coach.
And he's absolutely perfect in this no-huddle offense. The pace really fits him. All the audibles come from the sideline. It's really fun to watch this style.
Well, 2 wide receivers to left, a man in motion across the formation. And is Turner. Direct snap out of the shotgun to Williams. He hits a strike over the middle and gets it ahead, enough for an early 1st down. They get it ahead to the 44-yard line. And again, they'll be throwing to a lot of people. That time, Zach Johnson at the end of that bullet. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. You mentioned Richardson as the running back. You see the receivers. Watch for Bettis, the tight end, to be one of the big guys that'll play well here. And the frontline guys, will check that in a moment. There you see Oliver is the only senior in that lineup. As back to action, Williams trying to hit one over the middle. And it'll come all the way down, and incomplete. Back it'll go where it's a 2nd down play.
And get used to this fast pace, because I tell you what, they have not had a huddle in practice or in a game in 2 years, and they're used to going fast.
No huddle in 2 years, huh?
Yeah.
I love it. Out of the shotgun, difficulty for Scott Shuttle having to snap that ball, and up against a very tough nose guard. This is Williams on the keeper. Trying to get outside. He will not turn the corner. Good corner support coming on the near side. Brashear coming up from his left corner spot, the fine young man from Harrisburg, Illinois. Defensively, Beard, Brown, Williams, and Jones. Beard will be supplemented for Wims, who has the lead in the sacks with a total of 10. Linebackers, 2 solid tacklers in Whitaker and Doyle. Secondary, though, is a little different look. And you'll get 3 safeties, and one of them happens to be one of the best safeties you'll find anywhere in Marlon Heston. He's a free safety, their #1 tackler, with a couple of intercepts already. 3rd down, 7 yards needed for Appalachian State. The Mountaineers go back to the air. Pass intended over the middle. A flag comes down as they try to turn it right up the middle, and that time they got the over the back call, and interference called on Frank Johnson, the senior out of Wabasco, Florida, and the penalty going against Southern Illinois.
Looked like he did get there just a little bit quick.
Referee for today's game will be handling all of the activity.
Pass interference on the defense. Automatic 1st down, spotted foul.
Butch Stovall once again the referee for today's game.
Take a look at it here now. No question about that. That was an excellent call. I mean, he certainly impeded his path to the football.
So the defensive interference called on Johnson. 1st and 10 to go for Appalachian State. Now there's motion as a man comes across the line of scrimmage. That's Billy Beard, number 96 out of St. Louis Mo. And a senior encroachment there, another 5 yards, and not away. Southern Illinois wanted to start this game.
Well, not really, and I'll tell you what, but this is this offense, and they go so fast that it's very difficult to make that adjustment.
Dead ball foul. Offside. Number 96 defense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So it's a quick 5 the easy way that time by Appalachian State. And they'll move the ball deeper into Southern Illinois territory, now inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. First play of any start of the game, you want to make it a successful one when the other team's helping you. That's all that much better. And that's what Appalachian State now does. Williams audibilizes a lot, doesn't he, Doug?
Well, he's getting, you see right here, he just looked to the sideline. He got the audible from the coaches on the sideline.
Direct snap back to Williams. Looking to throw. He's going for broke. Trying to get in the end zone. That'll be just out of the reach of both the receiver, Jackson, and the defender back deep again. And covering is Brashear, getting back there again for Southern Illinois. And too far. And you have a look with them kind of high-fiving each other. That's going to be a good battle today.
Oh, it's going to be a great battle. And I'll tell you, Brashear is probably their top corner. He's had 4 interceptions. He had no help, and he was all over that post cut. He was in great shape on that one.
So it brings up a 2nd down and the same 5. For Appalachian State, again 9-3, as is Southern Illinois. Williams out of the shotgun. Gives it off to Richardson. Kevin getting down to the 35. It'll be shy by a couple of yards. That'll bring up a third down and short yardage situation. And that's exactly, you'd like to have the short and the threes. They come in averaging 44% on their conversion record.
Yeah, and this is just a zone play, and he's simply reading the block of the offensive guards there. And really, the Salukis really stuffed it up inside. Linton Brown, 92, is 325 pounds for Southern Illinois. And I'll tell you what, he stuffs the run pretty good.
Eustis, Florida, one of the many that on this Southern Illinois club that elected to go to the cold country to play. Quick pitch outside. Richardson's got the seam and turns it up the sideline, fighting for yardage down to the 20. And they'll give him the 20-yard line. First down again here for Appalachian State, and the drive stays alive.
Boy, and I'll tell you, this option football, take a look at it right here. Well executed by the quarterback and great block downfield. And that's really the key to option football. If you block those safeties, you're going to get some big plays. If you knock them down like that, you're going to get a big one.
Richardson, you see in last week's game, that, by the way, is the highest in the playoffs so far, 171 yards. Oh, that's a long way to throw the football all the way down to the 15-yard line. Well, that baby had a lot of air under it trying to get on that far side. And Batashon comes up with his first catch of the day for Appalachian State.
This is a dangerous, dangerous throw all the way across the field from one hash out to the numbers. That easily could have been picked off because remember the corners, they're not worried about getting beat deep down here. They're going to play pretty tight. That was a dangerous throw.
That's a gain of 5 on the throw by Williams. Numbers already 2 of 4 for 16 yards, longest being 11. And out of the second down, man in motion. Backs back out, sets, that's Turner. And whistles will stop this play with a flag. By the way, we've been notified that last pass did not get clearance to land, by the way, it was so far. But somehow it got to where it needed to go.
And I tell you.
Dead ball foul, false start. Number 76 offense, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Appalachian State wanting to give some of those yards back now. Makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you know, on that long pass, Jamarcus Jordan, he really is a safety, and they've had so many injuries at corner. He had to go to corner. He almost picked that one off, and that would have gone 90 yards.
He already has 1 intercept this year, a sack along with 63 tackles does Jordan, the senior out of Kansas City Mo. There's that direct snap to Williams. That's why he's so dangerous. Dives ahead. Gets the same 5 back that they gave up, but makes it a now 3rd down and 5 for Appalachian State. They have losses at Kansas, at Furman, and at LSU, and lost only 24-0 to the number 3 or 4 team in the country, LSU, and had them playing very well into the 3rd quarter.
And I watched the tape of that game, and I'll tell you what, that was a good football game. And I'll tell you, the Appalachian State, they made a name for themselves down there.
Well, to talk about Scott Suttle, that the center had to go against some All-Americans in that front line and held his own. 3rd down, again, a little longer than 5. Here's the little swing pass out to Richardson. Steps around Brashear, but is brought down with a good sure-handed tackle. And coming out of his one area is going to make a good stop with the linebacker Royal Whitaker, number 34, a senior.
And Whitaker is really their top linebacker. And watch him in space right here. He really covers a lot of ground, and he's very, very good in space.
Gain of only 2 on what looked like could have been an electrifying play. So it'll be kick time for Appalachian State. They'll be trying to get a field goal. Julian Roush will be coming in to try to hit one. He's 8 out of 16 so far this year, and it's up, and it is good. So as Roush puts the first 3 points on the board for Appalachian State, the fans, not as big in numbers they had last week against Lafayette, but good in spirit so far, as 3-0 for Appalachian State. They got the drive they needed. They put 3 on the board, helped a little by the penalties of Southern Illinois. Back with more in a moment.
You know, I had the good pleasure, the good fortune of coaching for Coach Osborne. And I was with Coach Osborne for 7 years. And he always wanted our teams to play to their ability. And that's kind of a rule or a thought of mine here. I've always just wanted them to play to the ability that they got. And it's always easy to say play at 110% and do this and do that. But really what you really want them to do is if you got a good football team, play like a good football team.
Jerry Moore, of course, under Tom Osborne at Nebraska, among the many stops that he made, including the head coach at North Texas, also at Texas Tech, before finding a very comfortable situation in Boone, North Carolina. His team up 3-0 will be kicking off. Roush will be hitting it at his own 35. Kicking to Southern Illinois. Very dangerous return, people, for Southern. On their kick return, Craig Turner. They'll bring it ahead all the way out. He brings it beyond the 20, out to around the 22-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 to go for Southern Illinois. We talked about the quarterback Williams, how solid he plays. You ain't seen nothing yet. Sam Bursky is the quarterback coming out for Southern Illinois. The senior coming out of Liberty, Missouri. And a guy that is, Doug has already pointed out, thrown for over 7,000 yards. Already has all the records there. Completion 540, touchdown 63, 61%, and 7,624 yards. I'll live with those numbers. Would you, Coach?
Oh, well, I tell you kidding me? I'd love to have this guy.
They run out of a single backfield. Archie Whitlock is their running back. He's raced for over 1,300 yards, and we'll get more here. As he fakes it, they bring it to the near side and comes out to the 29-yard line. Good gain of the play. They'll gain nearly 8 yards before the rugby scrum finally stops and on the ground. Again, they get the outside. Let's take a look at the skill players. There's Whitlock will be running out of the backfield. Tight end is Kupek. They like to throw the end, but Brent Little is their make-it-happen guy on the wide. Their offensive line people on the inside. Will Justice, the only guy with any experience, move from a guard to a center. All the rest of them are learning as they go. So far, so good, getting this far in the quarterfinals of 1AA football. Fast learners for Southern Illinois. 1st and 10 to go. There's Sam Brewski, senior, 6 feet, 195. Good, strong athlete as well. This time he does hand off to Whitlock. He'll run nowhere at all. 2 defensive ends, Doug, you made mention. And again, Morrell along with on the other side, Hunter, they really do a great job. As a matter of fact, they have a total of 19.5 sacks collectively. Brown and Sooner aren't bad. The linebackers, very solid, along with Kelly, their middle linebacker, is their number 2 tackler with 82. Smith and West very active. While in the secondary, watch out for Corey Lynch. Lynch is the guy that already has 5 intercepts on the year. He is a secondary, already has 13 of the intercepts. They made 15 all told this year.
Yeah, he's really a good player. And I tell you, number 47, Lynch. Let's see. I'm from Tampa. That kind of, I remember that. 47 and Lynch, yeah.
2nd down and 11 on the loss by Whitlock. Trying to get Archie ahead to the 25-yard line. And Suter, number 56, in the bottom of that pile, also getting up. Number 97 is Jason Hunter. Jason Hunter. He's out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Got a little military background in him. And here's Suter, young man out of Tarboro, North Carolina. Played his prep ball at Fort Union Military. Got a little discipline along the way with that, I think.
Yeah, he sure did. You know, and both these offensive football teams are really solid. They do it 2 totally different ways. But, you know, the Salukis average 35 points a game, and Appalachian State averages 30 a game. Both very, very effective.
-1 yard rushing so far for Whitlock. Throwing the football, Sam Bursky over the middle. It's tipped in the air, almost intercepted. Getting a hand on it time was Brad West, the outside linebacker from Clemson, South Carolina, after it had been tipped away, incomplete.
Yeah, this is Kellen Allen here, number 16, and really, he's got the first down. He just doesn't. He just can't come up with the football. That ball was certainly catchable.
Allen, a starter from 04, hails from Springfield, Missouri, a senior, has 35 catches, 462 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Here's the first punt of the afternoon by Southern Illinois. Kettlecamp will send it deep. And back at the 17-yard line, they bring it ahead again with Dexter Jackson. Axon Jackson, he likes to call himself, out to the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for Appalachian State. Okay, Doug, first 2 series are kind of in the book. The butterflies are gone. Let's see what Appalachian State can do. But more important, let's see what the defense of Southern Illinois can do.
Well, you're exactly right. There's no question about that. A lot of adjustments have to be made.
Well, as Appalachian State and Southern coming up with more football, you're watching Division I AA college football. Well, the house on the hill's got a long-distance view with the binoculars, I might add, of Kidd Brewer Stadium overlooking Boone, North Carolina. Has a lot of black and gold in the crowd today as Appalachian State playing host to Southern Illinois, and the Mountaineers have a 3-0 lead in the football back once again. Williams, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. He keeps it again. Dangerous player out beyond the 35 to around the 36 or 7 yard line. And Williams adding up some rushing totals already, as he'll add another 6 or 7. He's got 13 or 14 so far tonight.
Sam, that's what makes him so tough. His ability to run the option. He's got that quick burst where he turns it up. I mean, he got 7 yards there, and it was just explosive burst up the field.
Billy Beard, number 96, has been replaced by 91. Lorenzo Wims, he leads them in sacks with 7 and also 9 tackles for losses. They swing it out this side to Mayfield. Oh, got undercut at the 40-yard line. Getting down underneath him is Johnson, but he carries it ahead for another first down for Appalachian State, and they seem to be very methodical in picking up first downs, Doug.
Yeah, they're not a team that's going to throw the ball, 35 yards down the field. I mean, it's going to be a short passing game, just as you saw right there. A lot of play action. They're going to run the option. They're going to run that zone read play that we'll talk about later. And here you look and see the whole offense looking to the sideline now to get the audible from the sideline, from upstairs down to the field. And I'll tell you what, and they really study these defensive fronts and formations, and that's why they can see it clearly from upstairs.
Quarterback coach Scott Satterfield up in the booth. Wide receiver coach Lonnie Galloway making the signals down on the field as they try to test the middle of that defense of Southern Illinois. Brown and Williams collaborating on the stop, and Hennessy in the game for the first time. Trey out of Charlotte, Freedom High School. Gains about 3 yards in the play, second down and 7 yards to go.
And early in the game for Appalachian State, because they don't know what they're going to get defensively, they have to make adjustments fast, and that's exactly what they're doing in this second series.
You saw a quick look at Coach Galloway. This may be a busted play. Williams going to try to make something out of it. And boy, I tell you what, are you out on an island when something like that happens, Doug? There's nobody's out there to help you.
Somebody went the wrong way, either the quarterback or the running back. I tell you what, take a look at Richie Williams right there. Ain't nobody to fake to. I'm on my own now, brother.
Made a pretty good play out of it, gaining 3. Second down, 4 yards to go for Appalachian State. Again, a field goal has got them on the board. 32-yard field goal by Rouch at 3-0 out of the shotgun. All by himself this time.
Yeah, empty set, no backs.
3 to left, 2 on the right side, and they throw near side up to the 45-yard line. Another good grab by William Mayfield out of Durham, North Carolina. And the junior comes up with his 16th catch of the year, and an important for another first down.
And this is very well covered. Take a look at it here, and this is just a great throw by Williams. I mean, Jordan is all over that. That's great execution, and he knew exactly where he had to get to, for the first down.
You made mention that Jamarcus Jordan playing on the corner first time. That's tough duty when you got to move out there.
Real hard. That is not easy. He's playing very well up to this point.
1st and 10 to go for Appalachian State at the 46 of Southern. They fake the handoff, and it hands off to Richardson, who tries to yardage in the middle. Going to go up to the bottom of the stack is Justin Lowe's, number 66, out of Sexton, Missouri. Helping to make the defensive stop. Also at the bottom is Lionel Williams.
Yeah, and a key thing here for Southern Illinois is that running game, because you're going to get 5, 8, 9, 10 yards in the short passing game, but if you can shut down the running game and somehow get this offense to 3rd and long, then advantage goes to the defense. It's hard to do.
Coach, one of the things you mentioned, Brown at 325, the others around 365. Good mobility on the defensive front line, and they use all 8 of their 2 deep on the front line. Williams back to throw. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught. And it is at the 3-yard line. Diving catch that time. Badashon out of Miami, Florida. Hines comes up with a sensational catch for Appalachian State. Wow.
Well, this was a double route. This was an out. He ran an out cut first, and then he turned it up the sideline. He ran an out and up. And I'll tell you, the corner got caught looking for the ball, and it's all over when that happens.
1st and goal to go for the number 2 seed in the NCAA 1AA quarterfinals. 1st and goal at the 2. Williams rides it into the middle. That time with Richardson, he'll gain down to the 1. That time, quarterback Williams looking to the sideline and say, I didn't particularly like that play. Give me another one I like.
and from a coaching viewpoint, this is the only criticism I could have at all of this spread offense is it's a little tougher when you get down into the red zone and down inside the 5-yard line.
Badashon, Mayfield, Johnson, and Richardson all catching a pass off the arm to Williams. He'll try to just dive it over the top. Referees say yes, touchdown Appalachian State. They go on the lead 9-0.
Well, the out and up route, I tell you what, that was the key right there to that drive. And the corner, when he ran the out cut, the corner started looking for the football, and then boop, he turned it up the field and he was gone.
22nd rushing career touchdown run by Williams, his 5th of the year. Wasn't a lot of doubt on this one where he was going to go. Ooh. It broke the plane. It did early because he did not come down on the goal line.
No.
Point after up. Oz puts it through, and it's a 10-0 score. Appalachian State needing to get off to a good start, and so far they have done. 5:13 left to go. First quarter from New North Carolina. 1AA playoffs. Right now the Mountaineers have a 10-point lead. A 10-0 lead by Appalachian State over Southern Illinois. It's Appalachian State including their second home game in the playoffs so far. And again, as the number 2 seed, they'll be back home again if they can win here. Sam Smith along with the coach Doug Graber, glad to join you from Kent Brewer Stadium in Boone, North Carolina. The fall colors are given away to a cold and damp winter day, and we'll be in the low 30s most of the first half and maybe into the 20s before this one's over at Boone. How much does that play in your mind as much as anything, Coach?
No, not really. You got the field turf surface. It's a great surface to play on. It's really not going to be affected.
Rouch will be kicking off again here. They'll get it down deep. It'll be Craig Turner again trying to return here for Southern Illinois. Oh, wait a minute. That's Archie Whitlock. Whitlock, the star running back, is back there. Takes it out beyond the 25 to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chalukis there. There's a good look at Williams, the quarterback. 9 plays, 71 yards, 3:54 in time. Williams 1 yard. Key play, though, the 44-yard pass to Batasham, and you got to have those plays to make it happen.
Yeah, it's a game of big plays, and especially with that style of offense, you know, and both these coaches, they're pulling out all the stops. You see Whitlock back there returning kicks. You know, Coach Moore told me he's putting all of his starters are on the special teams. It doesn't matter.
It's called the best 11 athletes on the field that you can get on any particular play. Sam Bursky back to throw. He's going to go incomplete at the 40-yard line. Oh, I tell you, that became almost an eyelash of being an intercept back in that secondary. And Wosham comes up with a almost near interception.
Very acrobatic play by Justin Wosham. Look at that, really judged the football. Almost came up with the interception. And they were going to go right after him. And I'll tell you, he actually had him beat. Had the ball been just, you know, it needed to get just a little bit higher to get over his arms there. And they might have had a play. They'll come back to that.
Second pass of the afternoon by Sam Bursky. Both have gone incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for Southern Illinois. The champions shared by Northern Illinois and Youngstown State in the Gateway Conference. He is going to be smeared. And boy, they put everybody in there on the box and roll him over the top. That time, one of the brothers got inside on him.
That was Big Arthur Orlebar that got the sack. But man, were they bringing the heat. Take a look at this pressure. Both these ends are really good. Wow, that was a stunt inside that came scot-free. Sam Bursky had no chance. No chance.
Arthur, one of the 2 brothers, the Olabars. Daniel is the other. They both hail from Sterling, Virginia. Daniel's the junior, and you just saw Arthur, the senior, work his magic. Big loss back to the 19-yard line. Sam Bursky trying to dump it off on a screen and does. Up the field to Whitlock. He'll be smothered as he got it back and almost got all of the loss. That'll bring up a 3rd down and long yardage situation for the Chalukis. Actually, a 4th down, excuse me. That was the 3rd down play.
Yeah, this is an excellent call by offensive coordinator Matt Limegrover. When you're getting heat like that, you've got to come back with some screens and slow that rush down. Otherwise, you're not going to have much of a chance.
Well, I tell you, those people from the inside really will attack you that time. Joe Suter coming from the tackle. Got help linebacker core from Kelly to make the stop. Kick is going to be bounding at the 40. Gets a good Southern Illinois bounce. And this will be an excellent kick that time by Zach Kettlecamp. And you can see finally down as they'll put it down at the 28-yard line. So Appalachian State getting scores on their first 2 possessions. Not a bad average, 100% so far, and they'd love to keep that up today.
Yeah, and really the story of this game so far is for Southern Illinois, Archie Whitlock, their outstanding running back, and believe me, he is a good one. He's had 2 carries for 2 yards. And I'll tell you what, if they can't get him going against this Appalachian State front, they're going to have some problems.
Well, again, on the last drive, it was Williams engineering all of the offense. Again, comes out, throwing deep. Batashon will make a good catch 44 yards later. And then Williams dives it in for the score. That made it 10-0. Now Williams once again comes out to Batashon again. We'll go nowhere this time. Boy, that defense of Southern Illinois was all over that play. No place to run there as they came swarming on top of him. Justin Lowe's, number 66 again.
Fantastic effort, fantastic pursuit, and that's the only way you're going to make plays, because the first guy is going to miss. They have a lot of good talent at wide receiver, and they're going to make the first player miss, no question about it.
Lonnie Galloway in the white shirt. You see him, the wide receiver coach. And, of course, getting his call from Scott Satterfield, a former Appalachian State quarterback and record holder in his own rights here for the Mountaineers up in the booth. Williams uses that option, finds the crease, and gets it ahead to the 34-yard line, but it'll be short of a first down by about 4. And they'll have a third down play coming up here.
Take a look at the option here now. That's just a pure speed sprint option. Ooh, I don't like the way he's throwing that ball out there so far. But, you know, the option is what keeps you honest, because the option keeps you from blitzing. And that's really what, and then it makes your passing game much easier.
Number 62, Matt Eisenhower, had done a good job at right tackle to take his man out. Robertson, the right guard, had taken the linebacker the other way. Thus the hold for Williams. Third down and 4. Williams looking for somewhere to
wide open.
He's got to run for his life now. Out of bounds he goes, and it's going to be short of the original first down where they started the play. So it's kick time for the Mountaineers. Not the way they wanted this to end, but certainly Southern.
Oh, and I don't know if you can see this, but watch this. You're going to have a player come wide open right behind. You can't see him quite, but obviously he was on the run and didn't have a chance to find him. But they had a sure touchdown right there if Williams had spotted him.
I think the rule is when you got 4 or 5 guys in opposing shirts come at you, pull the radar in and just try to get out of bounds.
He did the right thing.
Matt Dodge will be kicking for the first time today for Appalachian State. Look out. Well, they've had a good success in blocking kicks. Just missed that one. As they try to get a man back deep, and they do. And this is going to be Turner. Turner will bring it to the 30. Still on his feet out to the 35-yard line. And, boy, you talk about a great effort. Again by Turner, coming out of Louisiana all the way up to Carbondale to go to school, and a good return sets up excellent field position for the Chalukis.
Take a look at this. He's 8th in the nation. He averages 15.4, and you can see why right here. What a great effort by Turner. He's dangerous. He is really dangerous back there.
Third all-time in return yards at Southern Illinois already with 507. Again, just a guy that has done an excellent job just as a sophomore, so you know that more yardage for him is going to really mount up.
Really important now for Southern Illinois to at least get a couple first downs. They got to help their defense out.
They bring the fullback in to block ahead of Whitlock, who gets the ball to the right side, bumps down the line of scrimmage, and that'll be his undoing, or does it? He spumps it outside. Whitlock is going to make something out of absolutely nothing, and finally is knocked out of bounds. That time Wallace was able to get him, but I tell you, when we looked at the replay a minute ago, this was absolutely zero. Nada, nothing, and Whitlock made something out of it.
Take a look. What a phenomenal effort here by Whitlock. He's strong.
Oh.
And I tell you, this is why he is a solid NFL prospect, no question about it. Brandon Jacobs left Southern Illinois last year. He is now with the Giants. He's had 5 touchdowns for the Giants. They say that Archie Whitlock is a better running back.
Well, you can see the Southern Illinois fans, they know what you need to do. Run, Whitlock, run, and he does. 1st and 10 to go at the 41 of Appalachian State. Oh, just as they get the handoff to Whitlock for a couple of yard gain. That time nailing the quarterback and coming shooting through that time. Did a nice job, but again, they do get the couple of yards by Whitlock.
Archie's right off of that. Now, you know, John Wiley, the Appalachian defensive coordinator, they're going to run a lot of stunts inside today, and really they're stunning for the running game. And so far, they've done a great job of really bottling up Whitlock, except for that one great effort. And Sam, like you said, they had him dead to rights for really a loss.
Joe Suter, number 56, is the man to put the pressure on Sambursky. He was able to get the handoff somehow to Whitlock. Fakes the handoff this time, back to throw. He's going to throw complete.
Wow.
Oh, what a catch from almost behind him. Coming up is Alan Turner of El Paso, Illinois, University High. This is going to be one of the key players ever in the history of this school.
You want to see a great catch? Just look at this, folks. One-handed turning back behind him, getting hit. Unbelievable.
Wow, with 3 defenders just glaring you to try to get a hold of the ball and give you a shot. What a catch again by Turner.
Just a sophomore.
My, oh my, his 21st catch of the year was a spectacular one. 1st and 10 to go, Southern Illinois. They trail 10-0. Sambursky back to throw again. He's going to throw to the same target. Intercepted. And back it comes the other way. This is Wallace. A.J. Wallace looking for someone to block ahead of him. Up the near sideline he comes. And out of bounds at the 33, and a flag is thrown. May have hit him out of bounds.
Sambursky never saw the safety sitting there. He had the route wide open. He misread the coverage. He never saw the safety. I think this is Wiggins. Yep.
Yeah, it is Wiggins.
And he never saw the safety sitting in the middle of the field. And of course, he made a great break on the football and a good return.
So Wiggins comes up with intercept number 2 of the year. And again, you saw they got hit by 3 players right at the out-of-bounds line, and thus the penalty. Or is it again a block in the back by Appalachian State?
After the interception, on return, holding. Number 6, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, Brent Little caught for holding in that situation. You hate to see that because you get a great run back. Then you're just trying to make one more block for your guy, and you give him a penalty.
Now, that's an effort penalty. You know, as a coach, you really, you hate to get penalties, but I tell you, when you get a great effort penalty, you can certainly kind of understand it at least.
So Wiggins' interception will bring it to the 33, back up the penalty to the 24-yard line. First and 10 to go for Appalachian State. You see the time left in the first quarter. Appalachian State, a field goal by Roush, and then a 1-yard plunge by Williams to take the 10-0 score. Williams down that line of scrimmage. Runs out of real estate, pitches at the last moment to Richardson. Out of bounds he goes. Stops the clock with 14.1 seconds to go.
Very well defensed, and the key thing here is they force the quarterback off the line of scrimmage. When you do that, the option, there's really no option. It's done. And I'll tell you, there's a huge departure for Appalachian State here. A lot of 4 wide receiver offense, Sam, and they're really spreading Southern Illinois out all the way across the field. Here's 4 wide receivers again, and they've got them spread all over the field.
By the way, Tony Ranella, number 55, the senior out of Marion, Illinois, is in there with Whitaker at the linebacker spots, and those two chase that play down to the sideline. Williams throwing over the middle. It's complete at the 45 to the 50. Off to the races they go. Finally drugged down from behind is Brandon Turner, who makes another great catch here for Appalachian State, but all he had to do was to just grab the ball. It was there, wide open.
Well, you're playing defense, trying to stop the option, and then you get the play action and take a look at it right here. And I'll tell you what, that was a fantastic throw. And, you're one-on-one all the way down the field. He beat him inside, couldn't recover.
So as again, they try to line it up. They will not get the play off before the end of the quarter. And another great pass and a catch again. And Brandon Turner has set it up for Williams and company of Appalachian State on their home field. Quarterfinal rounds of the 1AA quarterfinals of Division I AA college football. Appalachian State on their home field with a 10-0 lead over the visitors from Southern Illinois and Carbondale. Welcome back to Boone, North Carolina. 1AA quarterfinal action in NCAA college football. Appalachian State with a 10-0 lead. The two Jerrys battling each other. Jerry Moore along with Jerry Kill. Right now Jerry Moore's got the upper hand, 10-0. And they may be adding to it as it's now a 1st and 10 to go. And they've got it at the 14 of Southern Illinois. Shotgun is the predominant offense. It's over the head of Williams. It's a mad scramble to try to come back and get it. Ball is still free. It's a scrum going on at the 40, and Southern Illinois has just capitalized on their first turnover of the day. And on top of it is Lionel Williams, number 94, out of Addison, Illinois. That's the hazard of the shotgun, Doug.
Well, it is, and they've been so good at it this year. They have not had many bad snaps like that. They take a look at it right here. And yep, right over his head, it looked like he wasn't quite ready for the snap, really. That wasn't that high. That probably should have been handled. He was trying to make an audible or a check. And boy, I'll tell you what, Southern Illinois needed something good to happen for them. And that was it right there. They needed something like that badly.
So a big play again by Lionel Williams, the big fella, senior, 6'2", 6'5", kind of helping his club. They want to make sure they make it on for the next round of the playoffs, but they've got to come from behind to do so. Zambursky will have this play called off with the whistles blowing. Appalachian State, of course, had to come from 24 down to beat Lafayette last week, so we know they can come from behind.
Dead ball foul, false start. Number 71 offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There's a good look at Jerry Keel. Again, he came in 2 years after the program was almost doomed to death. They were going to say bye-bye. He went 1-10 in his first year. Said, oh my, I may be gone. Won 4 the next in the last 2 years. After that, he won 10 and lost 2 both of those years. This year, 9-3 coming to today's game.
Unbelievable. He's won 3 conference championships in a row. 3 gateway championships.
I guess that's pressure. A $5 Nassau with a buck in your pocket up there. That's pressure. Zambursky again. There's action on the front line, and it appears to be a procedure penalty called.
No, that was Andrew Kern, 73.
Dead ball foul, false start. Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So going backwards are the Chalukis. They'll get it all the way back at the 31-yard line. Yosef, the mascot. That's not the big guy we saw on the hill a few minutes ago, but mascot here hollering for some defense here. And we noticed that the rain is starting to come down here in Boone now. And off Whitlock. Center of the line will gain a couple and no more than that.
I really like what they're doing. You know, they know they have to get the running game started. Somehow they have to get Whitlock going. They came out now with 2 tight ends, and they're just going to pack it in there now. You're going to see nothing but I formation and some play action passing if they stay with the 2 tight end offense. I doubt if they will, though. Here on it's the second and almost 18. And no, they stick. Yeah, now they're going to do a 1-back set, so now they're going to spread them out.
You see the rain coming down almost right in the face of Sam Bruschi running to his left side. Sam Bruschi, excuse me, at the 30, and he'll be chased down and dumped. Hunter, the outside defensive end, along with Suter and company, pursue down that line of scrimmage, and Sam Bruschi was caught over there with no place to go.
And take a look at this, folks. This is, you know, you have a good defense because they fooled them on this play. But look at Appalachian State recover. Look at them run and get to the field. They just closed in a hurry. That is a sign of a really good defensive football team.
Did you see where the 2 safeties were? That was Wiggins, number 8, and Lynch, number 47. They too were closing quick on the sideline. 3rd down, still 20 to go. For Southern Illinois, the defense of Appalachian State has so far shut the door. Sam Bruschi's opening it up. Long pass, too long. That time defending on the far side again was Wiggins. The ball was overthrown and incomplete. Brings up another kick situation. Intended that time for Brent Little out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And a guy that they definitely is their go-to player.
Yeah, no question about that. He's by far their leading receiver, 2,200 yards. And you know, they had a chance here, but this would have taken really a perfect throw to fit this ball in there, and really pretty well covered.
Good coverage coming also from Jerome Touchstone out of Riverdale, Georgia, number 6. Here's the kick coming ahead, and another nice return again as they'll move it ahead by Dexter Jackson. And they'll get that field position again. They keep inching out towards the 50-yard line. And they'll get this one right at about the 40, where it'll be another 1st and 10. They go for Appalachian State.
That was a heck of an open field tackle by Brashear right there on there. Otherwise, they were off to the races.
While the fans are weathering the elements here, we'll be back. You're watching Division I AA college football. NCAAsports.com, the official online home of all 33 of the NCAA championships. Well, it once again is the defense of Southern Illinois that has to try to stop this offense. So far, after the first 2 drives, they've done a good job of it with a 10-0 score by the Mountaineers. You see the 4-2. Back to throws Williams out of the shotgun. Gets away. Now he'll throw on a release to the near sideline. They'll be incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Mayfield. And goes incomplete. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Mayfield, by the way, has been a nice target. 2 of 12 yards so far today for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, big receiver Mayfield. And again, he's playing more because of this 4-wide receiver set. And, you know, I had a chance to talk to Richie Williams yesterday, and what a fun kid he is to talk to. He's a practical joker. He's the leader of this team. Everybody loves him. I mean, you never know what he's going to come up with, but he really helps his team just stay relaxed and stay focused.
You know, asked Jerry Moore, I said, what kind of leader is he as well? You said kind of the jokester. He said once he gets on the field, there's no nonsense. I mean, it is straight to the bone. You saw him a moment ago. Remember the busted play? Boy, he went right after the guy that blew it and said, hey, that ain't going to happen again, okay?
He's definitely the man there. And then funny, when they recruited him, he was really recruited as an athlete. And then when they went to this offense, it was just a perfect marriage of his skill along with this spread, no huddle offense. And boy, he runs it perfectly. Very, very bright young man from South Carolina, and been a great fit up here at Appalachian State.
He's from Camden, South Carolina, and of course the passing down a little bit, mostly because of the running skills of Williams in particular. Watch here as he gets out of a passel of trouble and gains 5 or 6 yards. He's already rushed today for 21 on 7 carries, including that one for a touchdown that gave them the 10-0 lead. When it's time to throw, though, he can throw with the best of them. That's Turner with a bullet. He takes it all the way down to the 3, resulted in the touchdown for Appalachian State. There's Williams so far 8,758 total yards. Wow.
Incredible career. And I got to point this out. That last touchdown that we saw, the long pass, that was the result of a safety being matched up on a wide receiver. And I'll tell you what, that's a tough matchup. And he made a good outside move and beat him back inside and off to the races.
6'3", 190, almost able to hide behind the goalpost there for a moment with 13:05 to go before halftime. Turner, who caught the last big pass for them, in motion. Williams out of the shotgun, throws complete, and ahead they go. This time it's a Zach Johnson makes the catch. Zach out of Charlotte, North Carolina, a senior, playing his final game if they lose today, but it doesn't look like they want to do that.
And that was a zone blitz, and that's the passing offense. The ball comes out of there in a hurry. Just those little simple little 8, 9, 10-yard hitches, and the ball gets there.
No huddle by Appalachian State. Talk about the defensive problems with that no huddle.
Well, tremendous. Mainly the pace of the offense. Now, they can go a lot faster than this. They actually have 3 different paces they go at. They've been regular so far today, but believe me, they can go really fast.
You'll probably see that near the end of the half, where they have the football. Williams to the line of scrimmage. Scott Suttle, the center out of Charlotte, North Carolina. They quick hit, a little inside pass, and again they're going to get it out to Turner. And Allen make that. Brandon makes another good catch here for Appalachian State. They'll move it ahead for a second down and short yardage situation.
Yeah, this is textbook spread offenses. Spread the field out, read the coverage, make the quick throws. That's all it is. It's very, very simple. All good things in football are simple, and this is a simple offense.
So many times a quarterback wants to play the hero and hit the long pass. The offense is giving you that, but the defense giving you that. Why not take it? Just march it down there, which that's the Jerry Moore style here at Appalachian State. Williams pumps once. He's trying to get a man long now. He's got a man wide open.
Wow.
And with a catch, that's going to be the running back Richardson, and makes the catch for the score. 40 yards on the pass and run. And again, Richardson, who is an outstanding receiver, gets his 2nd touchdown of the year, his 43rd reception of the campaign. Wow.
Sam, it's beautiful. Hit the quick one, fake the quick one, right up over the top. Great offensive theory and great execution by Williams and really the entire Appalachian State offense.
You know, I was wondering when Richardson might suddenly become a factor. He had caught only 1 pass for 3 yards prior to that one, and he comes a big factor in a hurry as ASU jumps in the lead 16-0. Point after coming, and Rouse will put it up, and it is good. So with 11:50 left to go, Williams and company now playing heads-up football, as they've now taken a 16-0 lead on the visitors from Carbondale. It's Williams using the short game and then going up top for the big bomb. 17-point lead by the Mountaineers. And his Appalachian State team making their 11th appearance on the 1AA. Other side, 3 straight now for Jerry Kill and Southern Illinois. Quarterfinal action here at Boone, North Carolina, at Kidd Brewer Stadium on the campus of Appalachian State in Boone. We're located roughly about 2 hours to the northwest of Charlotte, North Carolina, where my partner Doug will be heading down the hill, heading back to Tampa to do some Tampa Bay Buccaneer work coming up on the weekend.
You bet. And I'd say 3,200 feet is the elevation up here, and it was a little nippy here last night. The wind gusts were up to 50 miles an hour last night.
Kicking off will be kicking off Roush for Appalachian State.
Whoa.
Ball almost coming free that time. There is a pretty good scramble for it at the 20. So they scramble for a fumble, and I believe is down by contact that time as the return by Greg Turner keeps in the hands of Southern.
And here's the pump fake, and there's the ball going up top, and I think they just get you into that little pattern of those quick throws, and then all of a sudden they fake it, throw it up top. Excellent job, excellent game planning by Jerry Moore, and of course he works for the offense on the staff as well.
Kevin Richardson now 5 catches for 20 yards and a TD today now. And again coming up with a big play there as he takes it into the end zone.
And if you're Southern Illinois, here is where you really count and need your senior leadership. You've got 24 seniors, buddy. You need them now.
Defense stays in there 4-3. Trying to put as many in the box right now to stop Whitlock, and they do. Gain only 2 on the play. That's one of the things you kind of dare them to throw the ball because you've got such confidence in your secondary, I think, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about that. And, of course, to me, you know, Whitlock has just had no room to run for the football. He made 1 run, but that was a phenomenal effort. And the whole front of Appalachian and really the safeties they're getting 8 in the box at times too. They've done a great job of gap responsibility. He really hasn't had much running room.
Well, he's got 6 carries for 31 yards. It's been a tough afternoon by the young man from Rock Hill, South Carolina. That's about another half hour down.
Timeout. Southern Illinois, it's their first timeout.
On the other side is Charlotte. Rock Hill, some great high school programs, and they got a good one there, but Wee's having a tough battle here against Appalachian State as Coach Jerry Kill is once again having an opportunity to look down. One of the things he knows is going to happen is the fact he's got that senior leadership, and he talks about Sam Brewski being one of the guys he really likes.
What makes him special is his leadership qualities, and he just finds a way to win. And we would not be where we're at in our program without Joel Sambursky, and what he's done for us over the last 5 years is incredible, because we hadn't won very many games in 20 years at Southern Illinois until this young man stepped into our program. So the Saluki Nation definitely owes Joel a lot, and he's done a great job for us.
Over 2,400 yards passing this year with a total of 20 touchdowns. Ran for another one himself, so yes, he's had the numbers. You see the comparison of numbers right now, and certainly Williams would have to have the man with the upper hand. 194 yards.
Wow.
1 touchdown, no interceptions. He's been intercepted only 4 times this year.
Incredible senior season for Williams. Absolutely incredible.
Second down, 8 yards to go for Southern Illinois. 11 minutes left to go in the first half. First quarter went rather rapidly. The second quarter very quiet as again, they can't find the seam up the middle. Is that 7, 8, 9 man front for Appalachian State just simply not letting him through. Brad West, number 33 from Clemson, South Carolina. He's seen some pretty good football down his way.
Sure has. And I'll tell you what, at the last second on this play, the safety came in the box, and you talk about, I actually feel sorry for R.Q. Whitlock. I mean, he hasn't had a crack to run in today.
By the way, Omar Barham, young man from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, number 95, was the man that was right in the middle of that before West came up and cleaned him up. Third down, 7. Dump pass to the far side. It'll be out to a 30-yard line. It may be enough for the first down. So again, as they're able to swing it out on the left-hand side, and a pass going to number 27, Rennell Thomas, and they get a first down out of it. Nice play.
Yeah, and again, a nice job of knowing exactly what he needed. Ball was thrown right on time, a little bit soft by Appalachian State. Nice job advancing the football, 1st and 10. But, you know, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, I mean, that's been the story the whole first half here so far for Southern Illinois.
You know, getting 3rd down conversions, not unusual with this club. They're about 46.5 on their 3rd down conversions. That's awfully good football. Outside, gets away from one of the dangerous guys in Hunter. He's still on his feet, and you saw him make something out of nothing a moment ago. He made a little bit out of nothing that time and gets a good gain.
He is a quality back, and you can see right here. Take a look at this right here. I mean, this is all just individual effort. That's a 4-yard loss. Look at the spin move. He's averaging 5.8 per carry this year, and you can see why right there.
Jerry Kill used the word a Barry Sanders type move, and I think we saw it right there.
Wow.
Barry would give you that little spin move, you know, Mr. Defensive Coordinator.
Oh, man, I went against Barry Sanders too many times.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Southern Illinois trailing on the board 17-0. Our offense is sputtered here. There is Sambursky coming out. Got time to throw and does. Near side pitch caught and out for a first down. And that time is Kellen Allen comes up with a catch. That's his 36th of the year. Got 9 touchdowns, but you talk about elevate. Why not? He was a high jump champion in high school. He showed you why right there.
Makes a great individual effort right here in Sambursky just to get this football off. And this is a heck of a throw really on the run. And take a look at this catch, folks.
Oh, my.
Are you kidding me? That's 2 circus catches by the Southern Illinois wide receiver corps.
And Jerome Touchstone out of Riverdale, Georgia, number 6, was on the coverage. Allen, by the way, I think is shaken up as he comes to the sideline now.
Came right down on the helmet.
Here's the handoff to Whitlock. It opens up a hole to the left side. And the junior makes something happen for 8 yards and moves it inside the 30. Boy, I tell you what, when he found that little crease, nothing inside, sprints outside, and you see Allen really looking at, I think, either a hip.
Yeah, that might be a hip pointer because it looked like he came right down on the helmet and here's our guy Whitlock again. He is a load. Wow.
2nd down and 3.
Wiggins making the stop for Appalachian State finally with a help from his friends. Second down and about 3 needed here by Southern Illinois. This would be a very important drive for them with 8:51 to go in the first half, down by 17 points.
Antoine Jackson in at running back.
Sambursky throwing near side. It'll be intercepted, and back it comes the other way.
Look out.
Wilshere will have it all the way to midfield. He's got a convoy of blockers. He sidesteps the sideline, steps inside, and with that gets caught from behind. But that had not been for the effort that time of Antoine Jackson, who just checked in. That had 6 written all over it.
Yeah, and this interception was totally a pressure interception. Take a look at it here. That's Hunter right in his face, and he just had no chance, really. I mean, the pass rush has just been all over Sambursky today. This is a great effort by Jackson right here, I'll tell you that. And that's a nice effort by Marquez, the big tackle. No quit in Southern Illinois, that is for sure.
Good play by Wojciech, a man from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a sophomore, 5'10", 175, and you see Sambursky now with his second intercept of the day. Keep in mind that Appalachian State scored after they gave up the fumble, which could have turned the game around, but their defense held, and now their defense makes a big play here. Here's the reverse coming to the near side. As the handoff comes and they get it all the way. Touchdown as they spread it into the end zone. Carrying the football for the letter is number 42, and that's going to be T.J. Corman. Carries it in for the score. Appalachian State 23-0 in the first half.
Boy, they have just, Southern Illinois has just walked into an absolute buzzsaw right here in Boone, North Carolina. Appalachian State really wants to advance and get into that semifinal game next week, and they have got a good football team, and boy, they are waiting.
Corman said, remember, it is Beaufort, North Carolina. It's Beaufort, South Carolina, so it is Beaufort, North Carolina, where he is from. The kick up, and it is good. So the kick makes it a 24-0 game. Appalachian State, the buzzsaw, get it cranked up here. Then they running the dogs out here in the first half, but keep in mind, Southern Illinois hasn't gone 9-3 for nothing to get to this point. There you see the score at 24-0 with Appalachian State jumping all over. Right now, the team that has had trouble with intercepts, and Sambursky looking at that clock and saying, oh my, I really got my work cut out for him now.
Right, he really does, and I tell you, Appalachian State is run. Folks, listen to this story right here. This is Brian Stokes. He's a 27-year-old rookie with this team, a veteran of 2 terms in Iraq. And man, you talk about a wedge buster and a tough guy. What a story he is, and what a kid. Watch him come down here, and I'll tell you what, he's a physical guy.
Look out. He's going to try to meet right at where the ball is caught that time. And Turner tries to bring it straight up the middle of the field. And he'll carry it out beyond the 25 to near the 30. They'll give him at the 29. And who's on the bottom of the stack? 89 right on cue.
Stokes, how about that? I'll tell you, I had a chance to visit with him yesterday. What a fine young man he is, and what a great leader, and what a great story for the Appalachian State program. 2 tours in Iraq. He's deaf in his one ear. Was had a bomb go off right next to him. What a unbelievable story. Amazing young man. His dream was to play college football, and he is so excited about this 1AA national championship run.
I have to make my announcer voice and say the preceding play was not scripted by ESPNU. That's just the way Stokes plays the game. Whitlock and others trying to gain some running room. It'll be nothing going, and well, they have just had nothing but problems trying to make anything happen up the middle. They're also trying a new running back in Antoine Jackson, who was in there a moment ago. This time he carries for maybe a yard or 2, but tough sledding. How do you try to overcome that inside with so many men in the box here, Coach?
Well, you've got to throw the football, but it's not just the men in the box. I mean, let's be honest. Southern Illinois up front, they're just getting manhandled up front by this. And this Appalachian State front 7 is, I'll tell you what, they are really good football players. Suter, Murrell, Hunter, Byram. They are really strong and tough up front.
Wes Kelly and Smith, the linebackers, to add to the woes. Sambursky rolls out. He'll have this one complete at the 35. And out of bounds, finally knocked out of bounds. And it is good to see a man making the reception. On the other end is number 16. That's Kellen Allen, who you may recall went limping, and he still is after making a nice reception here.
Yeah, he has really been, that's one of the seniors that's so important to this program. 2,200 yards coming into this game. He's had a great career and a tough kid, because he really took a shot. Went up in the air, made a great catch, came right down on the helmet. You can see it happen. You know exactly what that injury is. It's a hip pointer, I'm guessing. And that is painful, believe me.
You know, we mentioned of Little, who's number 6 is their real go-to man. He's got 5 touchdowns, but Allen has 9. So either one of those guys will be somebody that Joel will try to look for as they hand it off to Jackson again. Gain at 3 over the middle. They'll gain actually maybe only 2 yards. He's taken down at around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and now you wonder if possibly something has happened with Archie Whitlock, or maybe they're just going to give him a blow for this series. And but that time again, you had 9 people in the box, and you're going to have to get those wide receivers one-on-one and give them a chance to make some plays down the field.
By the way, that intercept a moment ago was the 78 yards, the longest in ASU playoff history, by the way. So another great play again by the defense of Appalachian State to set up their last touchdown. Sambursky with the inside fake and the handoff. Throws it out near side. They get it to Little. Little trying to get out of trouble, and all of a sudden that brings nothing but the Hornets after him, and boy, they come down in a hurry.
You know, and Sam, I do not recall one time so far in the first half where Sambursky has had really a free throw. I mean, he is being pressured on every single throw, and that front of Appalachian State, buddy, they are getting after it. Look at that. Whoa, wow, that's scary. You see that pursuit?
This is great play by Little, too. He knew exactly where he needed to go.
Yep.
He was about 3 yards shy when he caught the ball and fought his way to a first down here by Southern Illinois. So the Salukis again are trying to make something happen here, and they're down 24-0. 6:10 left to go before halftime. Sambursky fakes the inside handoff. This time he's going to have to run in his own, fakes the pass, and will get down just inside the 40, gain of 3. West, the linebacker, on the tackle.
Yeah, and that's the story of the day. I mean, he's been under duress every single time he's dropped back to pass, even on the play action, and he's really just not had much of a chance. Take a look at it again here. I mean, even on play action, he's running for his life every single time. Hard to get the ball down the field when you get that kind of pressure.
Yeah, Doug, we were talking about the depth at several positions on the front line, certainly for Southern Illinois. Defensive line for Appalachian State, not as deep as they wanted, but the linebackers are very, very deep. In Banks, Spear, and King are 3 very good replacements for West, Kelly, and Smith when they come in. There's the number on Sambursky so far. And off Jackson. Oh, nice play by Jackson. And that second effort will get him a first down for Southern Illinois. Boy, what a nice play by Antoine Jackson out of St. Louis, Missouri. The senior, 5'8", 190. He gets the impression he doesn't want to be his last game. He's going to work hard.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that is the first time today that there's been any kind of a crack in this front. Take a look at it. An actual hole.
That's right.
And it wasn't a very big one, but he found it.
Let's see. That's one for Doug. Okay. 1st and 10 to go for Southern Illinois. Under 5 minutes to go. Big score if they can get it here, down by 24. Even though they have a lot of work to do, even if they get that, and Sambursky doesn't like what he sees. Matter of fact, he was trying to audibilize, look to the sideline, and I don't think they were totally ready to give him what he wanted. He's going to take a timeout, and again, 49 straight starts. That's the kind of leadership you need.
Oh boy, he's been phenomenal for this program. And, you know, but he's really under duress today. Both interceptions. One, he misread the coverage a little bit with the safety. The second one, he had so many people in his face that it was just he had no chance. I got to say this, John Wiley, the defensive coordinator at Appalachian State, what he's doing is by personnel groupings, he has a game plan for each personnel grouping that Southern Illinois puts on the field. And a lot of it is getting that 8th guy in the box against those 2-back sets. But I'll tell you, this is a great, there you see John right there talking to the whole defensive team. Spent about 2 hours with him yesterday and looking at tape and everything, and he's got a great game plan. And I'll tell you what, he's really got these kids flying and running to the football. They've been assignment pure all the way through this game, so that's a credit to Coach Wiley. He also coaches the secondary.
Well, I think that Jerry Moore likes him. This is his 15th year, by the way, as one of the defensive coaches and defensive coordinator, defensive backs coach, and you can see he's had quite a nice run at about 15 years overall at Appalachian State. 1st and 10 to go. Sambursky fakes the inside handoff. He's got to run out of trouble. Does he get out of trouble? He does. He throws it away.
Yeah, that's a smart heads-up play. He was out of the tackle box. Just throw it up in the stands, get it out of there. You know, just again, you hate to say it, but I'll tell you this front there, you see Big Joe Suter going back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what now, they are coming off the football. And again, this is a very young offensive line. for Southern Illinois. The only, as you mentioned earlier, Justice, the center, is the only player back from last year, and their inexperience is really shown in this football game.
A transfer out of Northeast Oklahoma, number 64, Jared Green, is at right guard, and he, of course, is a senior. They have 2 sophomores, a freshman, and a junior on that front line. So it is not the kind of thing you'd like to have experience-wise getting this deep, but after all, they got here. Yep. These guys have had good games along the way.
Look at that.
Oh, they've also been beaten like a drum with that defensive line as they try to make something happen up the middle, but that ain't going to work. And there comes in 97, Jason Hunter out of Fort Bragg. 70 tackles coming in, 15 for losses, add another one. Also has a total of 9 sacks for the year. Wow.
Only played 1 year of high school football, was a basketball player. And I tell you, he and Murrell at those 2 ends, 44 and 97, 28 sacks for the year between those 2 guys. And I'll tell you what, they are extremely athletic, extremely quick, really, really good football players.
Loss makes it 3rd and 14 now for Southern Illinois. You see the time under 4 minutes. Sambursky looking to go long underneath the coverage. It's going to be intercepted again and dropped. Oh my, Lynch had it in his hands, and look at him looking somewhere going, oh man, I knew I had that baby.
Had a chance to make a play. That's one of the few times he has not been pressured. And you know what, they just have Sambursky totally out of rhythm today because he does not make throws like that.
Lynch would have had to make a spectacular catch to get that one almost back in his back leg as he went for the ball.
Penalty against Appalachian State. I didn't quite miss the signal.
Mr. Stovall will tell us all about it here as he confers mostly to see what the down and where the markers will be here. There's a look at Jerry Moore.
Wonder maybe if it was a late hit possibly on the quarterback. It's taking a while to sort this one out. That always scares me, I tell you, as a coach. When they took that long, I said, boy, I know something not very good is happening out there. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not good.
Jerry Moore, 24 years of coaching, as I mentioned, head coach at North Texas, Texas Tech, and now here at Appalachian State.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 44 defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Well, that was Murrell. I don't know if it was a late hit or a little bit of talking or what it was. Missed it totally, but obviously the correct call on the officials.
So the 1st and 10 for Southern Illinois, getting a helping hand there with 3:51 to go. In the first half of the game, they're down by 24-0 right now. 3 touchdowns and a field goal by Appalachian State on their home field here in Boone. And now that rain that was kind of a nuisance now starts to freeze a little bit as the temperature drops near the freezing point. And off again this time. They try to get Whitlock in the open field. They do push the bubble a little bit down to the 15-yard line. It'll be shy of a first down by about 3.
And I see what the problem with Whitlock was. His ankle is taped, and when they tape it right over the shoe, that means he probably just turned his ankle just slightly. And but it's good to see him back in the game.
Whitlock, just a junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina, made mention, came in with 1,359 yards and 14 touchdowns. You saw that left ankle. Here's a lot of that athletic tape on top of that baby with 3:17 to go first half. They'll try it again. There's that penetration up the middle, and somehow he came up and makes a move. As that time Kelly, the middle linebacker, gave him a pretty good shot before finally being knocked down by Wes.
Poor Zod Kelly. He came. Take a look at this. He comes up, he makes a great read, he hits him right in the hole, right there, boom, perfect hit, and there he goes. And watch Kelly, he hits his head after the play. What are you going to do? I mean, that was a great effort by Whitlock. Wow, he is something.
There you see Wiggins, number 8, who made that long 78-yard return of an intercept, the longest in playoff history at ASU. His defense digs in on a 3rd down and 1 for Southern. They stack the eye all the way, gives it off to the 3rd back. Whitlock down inside the 10, down to around the 9. Another flag comes flying. 1st and goal to go here for Southern if the play holds up. Clock stops at 2:30 left to go in the first half.
Imperative that the Salukis get this football in the end zone here again with their seniors. Give them something to go into the locker room and have a chance to regroup.
5-yard inadvertent face mask. Number 44 defense, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Replay first down.
There you see, by the way, see the folder of Jerry Moore. He's got to use some non-smearing ink there as the rain has started I'm not sure he can even read that baby anymore.
You know what? You have everything memorized. That's just kind of a cheat sheet.
I know.
But you know what? You get nervous. You'd like to have that cheat sheet there, you know.
What do you think this spotter board's for here?
Yeah, exactly.
I know some of them, not all of them, though. And you see the rain getting heavier, but Southern Illinois now, 1st and goal to go. They'll be at the 5. Again, right straight ahead. Hit in the hole, and this time drop. And right at about the line of scrimmage. No place to run on that one, as again Whitlock is finding the going kind of tough tonight. Whitlock 13 carries, 61 yards.
You know what? And that 61 yards, I'll tell you what, that's a tough 61 yards, because really he could have very easily gone in at halftime here with negative yardage, honestly.
Trying to run behind the sophomore Ender Kern, 6'6", 290 out of Bloomington, Illinois, number 73. But could not find a running room, and down he goes. 2nd down and goal to go at the 6 now. Tries to bubble it outside, and again that pursuit. Let in there by Suter again, and down they go with another loss of about a yard again.
That line of scrimmage is moving every single play, and unfortunately it's moving right into the Southern Illinois backfield. I mean, they're clearly winning the battle up front. Look at the penetration right here. I mean, there is absolutely no place to go. Well, he is taking a pounding, I'll tell you that.
J.T. Wise, the fullback, number 31. I think I had the responsibility of keeping a Suter. Suter just ran right over him and makes the stop. We got some big players and great quality players front line for ASU. 3rd down goal to go. Ball is back at the 8. They look to the end zone. Going into the corner, be incomplete at around the 1. And they were trying to get it out again out here to Allen. And good coverage by ASU. That one coming up a little short.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the field goal. I mean, I like the call. You got to get some points on the board. You got to have something positive happen for your football team. This is a good drive. It would be a tragedy to come away with nothing.
Craig Coffin is the man who'll be kicking up here. He has hit 8 out of 12 field goal tries this year. His longest being 43. This will be a chip shot from him. At the 13-yard line, it'll be a 23-yard try. Good snap, good hole, up it goes, and he got it. So at least 3 on the board here for Southern Illinois to make it 24-3 with 51 seconds left to go here before the break is over. So at least they got some points on the board, and we'll try to go into the locker room and get warm first of all, and try to get some kind of mental thing. It's not so much physical now, even though you know ASU is beating you pretty solid. You got to just physically beat them and get them in your head. You can beat them. Yeah,
and again, that's where those 24 seniors, Sam. I tell you, those guys, this is their football team, and not Jerry Kill will put this whole season on the seniors in the locker room to pull this thing together. 14 of those 24 are starters, and they're really going to have to come out, regroup, regather. And I'll tell you, Zemberski, he's had a tough first half, but you can't put it on him. He's really had not many opportunities to make plays. I mean, they have been all over him every throw. We saw the one throw where, actually, that was the post that he threw that was a little bit overthrown. I think that's the only throw he had in the first half where he really didn't have somebody right in his face.
Well, when you're down 24-0, you don't want to have a 7.5-minute drive, which they just did, and use up all that time to come away with 3.
Yep.
But nonetheless, that's the best they could do on that drive, and now they'll be kicking off to Appalachian State with 51 seconds left to go. You see what is affectionately called as Howard's Knob. You see it right in the top of your screen there. That overlooks the city of Boone, North Carolina, here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. We are northwest of Charlotte by about 2 hours. Asheville just down the hill, almost directly due south. And here's the kickoff by Southern Illinois. To the far side, this one will go into the end zone. They'll have to get back and at least touch it up. It goes in, and it'll be a touchback back out to the 20. So Appalachian State will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. Don't look for any fireworks to come from them right now. Out with a 24-3. Just make something happen in tight and then get to the locker room.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what Coach Moore does here, whether he just, like you said, just kind of sit on the football and get into the locker room after that long drive. But, you know, that's really not the philosophy of this spread offense. But down here on your own 20-yard line, I agree. I would just say, guys, we got a 24-3 lead. We're doing good. Let's not do something foolish here. Let's get in and talk about it.
Some of these people don't know it's cold and rainy out there right now. Some do, but others are kind of oblivious to the fact, as they're here to watch some college football. And right now, even on the hill overlooking the stadium. They are enjoying this game with the ASU flags flying.
That's a Hardy fan right there.
Inside handoff, and they're just going to keep it close to the vest, but Richardson going to try to make something out of it. And he'll just try to use some time. Look how well he just kind of ran down that line of scrimmage at the 29. Could have had a first down, but again, he just uses that time. The clock winding and stays inbound at 38.7 seconds to go.
That was really the leader of that offensive line, number 66. You saw right there, the center, Scott Settle. Just give him a pat on the back and say, "Nice going." That's exactly what we're trying to do. The clock is running now.
Settle, who has probably 9 out of every 10, if not almost 10 of 10 on that direct snap back. They hand it off on the inside give, and again they try to get the running by Richardson. Carries it to the 40. That almost will be enough for another first down. If it is, they'll stop the clock and move the change, but just short, I think. I think they want to look at this.
Timeout, Appalachian State. Their second timeout.
So Appalachian State, interesting enough, takes a timeout here with 24.3 seconds left to go. You made mention of the center, Scott Shuttle. You saw some film of him against LSU against some very good nose guards.
Well, I did see some, and I tell you what, he's and they list him at 6 foot 260. I talked to him yesterday. Sam, I'm telling you, he's 5'9", 250 at best. But what a football player he is.
Not many of them got around him there, and he's done a great job here against Southern Illinois. NCAA coverage here on ESPNU of the Division I AA quarterfinals. Number 8 in the country, Southern Illinois against number 4 Appalachian State. Appalachian State coming in the number 2 seed. Number 1 New Hampshire has now been beaten by Northern Iowa. So it remains this is the best of the seeded teams. Sam Smith along with Doug Graber, glad you could join us. And of course the total yardage in very much the favor of Appalachian State, 241 to 148, and a lot of that 65 on the last drive by Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and of course this thing that doesn't show there are the 2 interceptions, which one of them was when they were in position. Southern Illinois was to go in and score, and of course the other one was a long run back.
So Appalachian State, after using the timeout with 16 seconds, have a second and short yardage. Richardson back in the backfield with Richie Williams. Williams, the senior, hands off to Richardson. And Richardson still moving to the 50. And with that, they will stop the clock one more time, move the chains. And after the chains have been set, we will probably finish out the first half of this game. Well, it's been an early start here, 10-0 in the first quarter by ASU. A couple of interceptions have kind of set up another couple of scores, and they lead at 24-21 as this is Williams. Last play of the half, throws complete. It's down to Turner. With that, the clock shows zeros, and that's the end of the first half of the game. So offensive-minded for Appalachian State has turned it on. Their defense has been excellent as well as they lead Southern Illinois in the 1AA playoffs 24-3. Richie Williams and company will head to the locker room, as will Southern Illinois, as they'll head to the locker room. Williams, of course, doing a job of throwing and running the football here. For Jerry Kill and Southern Illinois, they, of course, have to regroup themselves and have to find out what they want to try to do in the locker room coming up at halftime. They, of course, have been a manhandle on the offensive and defensive line. They got to shore that up. And I tell you what, they have just had great pursuit defensive line coming from Appalachian State, and that's one area I think they've really got to shore.
Yeah, they do. And they're going to have to make adjustments to the stunning that Appalachian State is doing with their defensive line. That's been really a big factor in this game.
So again, going into the shelter of the locker rooms here, the Mountaineers into one tunnel, and going back the other way is Southern Illinois, as again they'll try to regroup themselves down by 21 points here in the early going. Appalachian State will move on if they win to play the Furman-Richmond winner. Southern Illinois, if they win, they'll play that same winner as well. We've got Coach Jerry Kill with us down on the field, and Jerry, I know this is not the way you wanted this first half to go, but again, we still got a half of football to go.
Well, the biggest thing is about everything that can go wrong has gone wrong, and we've kind of just hung in there, and you know, we just got to stick to our game plan and come back and you know, make some plays. We're not making a lot of plays right now. down. They're outplaying us, and we got to do a lot better job second half if we want to be in this game.
Jerry, one of the things about your 24 seniors, you really got to put it on their back if you want to try to carry this, don't you?
There's no question about that. They got to suck it up. We've lost a couple pretty good football players to injuries, and I think that's hurt us a little bit. But that's when you find out what kind of team you got. If you got, you got to come through adversity, and we've got a little now. But hey, there's second half to be played.
Jerry Kill, they didn't get here by not playing. Jerry, good luck in the second half. Jerry Kill, the head coach, once again of Southern Illinois. His team down 24-3 as we head to halftime here in Boone, North Carolina. Appalachian State now the highest seed team in 1AA playoffs, leading by 21 points. Maybe more to come in the second half as their defense has turned it up. Offense ain't doing bad as well. We're back after this timeout. Well, as we said at the top of the show, you win, you go on, you lose, the season's over. Right now, the Mountaineers try to extend their season. Southern Illinois has to do something special second half to do the same as they're down here at Appalachian State 24-3. Hi again, everybody. Sam Smith along with Doug Graber, coach fortunately at Rutgers, also at Montana State, also in the NFL. And he's watched a guy by the name of Richie Williams who's had quite a first half throwing and running the football. This guy's pretty well on with 12 of 15 passing so far.
12 of 15 is pretty tough. And you know, the key thing has been so accurate on the quick passes, but yet he's hit the big strikes. I mean, he faked him on the quick one. They've had a couple out and ups. They've made some big plays, but he has obviously had a phenomenal first half. This is the out and up that they beat. This is a double route. Caught the cornerback looking for the ball. But take a look at this one. Now, he can run the football. He runs this option offense so well. He's so quick. He's so athletic. 6'3", 190-something pounds. He's thin, but look at this now. Beat the safety inside. That was the matchup they wanted. They got the wide receiver against the safety. And here's the pump fake, and here goes another one. Down the field it goes. Terrific first half.
And when you consider throwing to your running back, Richardson, who has a touchdown catching it in this football game and also has rushed for 59 yards, you've got a dynamic duo. Southern Illinois, they got problems in the second half stopping this club.
The story of the half to me is the Appalachian State defense. They have just dominated Southern Illinois up front, and Whitlock, as good as he is, he just had no room to operate.
So again, the very active defensive line for Appalachian State, Oliver Sambrewski so far in the first half. He's had trouble throwing the football. They also have had trouble running. And what happens in the second half, we'll find out as we'll just. We'll visit with a couple of gentlemen from the Gateway and the Southern Conference. We continue with more at halftime here from Boone. 21-point lead by Appalachian State. Well, here in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Boone, North Carolina, Appalachian State all over Southern Illinois in the first half, but all of us knows you got to play all of the minutes before it's all over. 24-3 the score right now. Appalachian State on the lead over Southern Illinois. Charlie Coe, since July, is the new athletic director here at Appalachian State. And first of all, how you enjoying your job up here, Charlie?
Oh, it's been fantastic. There's a great group of people, and obviously Boone, North Carolina, what a great place to live and raise your family.
You, of course, not too far from North Carolina State, where you yourself played some action over there, and kind of a nice trip up the hill for you.
Oh, no question about it. You worry about the rain and the snow sometimes in Boone, but not so bad so far today.
Charlie, you take over in July. Your thoughts on what you want to try to accomplish with the athletic program, which is very good already?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we're trying to do is create an atmosphere. There's a spirit about this place, and you'll see the phrase "catch the spirit" all over Boone and in the High Country, and that's our moniker. That's what we're sticking with. I tell people all the time we finished second in the country in attendance this year for football games. I don't think anybody would have thought that in July. And our fans have responded. I mean, look today, the miserable weather day, and we probably have 10,000, 12,000 people here at the game. So our community and our town really has rallied around this team.
Nice thing about it is the promotion for Appalachian State. Those that have tickets will run right over in a big basketball game tonight. You're kind of getting a double whammy here.
Oh, no, actually it's a triple whammy because we had the Boone Christmas parade earlier today at 11. So the Chamber of Commerce guys love that little plug. But we played Davidson tonight in basketball at 7, and it's just a great day for Appalachian and our sports fans.
Charlie, facility-wise, of course, here at Kidd Brewer, we've already improved that over the last few years. I say we in the fact that I live in North Carolina and actually had a home up here at one time. And the fact that the facilities continue to get better, including that basketball arena. And that's kind of the name of the game, isn't it? To get good recruits.
Oh, no question about it. You need great coaches, you need scholarships, and you need facilities if you're going to be competitive. And Appalachian, we're very competitive already. And if we're going to continue to be competitive, especially in the Southern Conference, we need to fund our programs and give our kids the best opportunity to compete in first-class facilities.
Good friend of mine, Jerry Moore, I said, how long are you going to stay at Appalachian State? And he said, until they run me out. Yeah, I don't think you want to run him out.
Oh, no question about it. Coach has been fabulous, and he's got a great staff as well. And these kids are really responding, and I think you've seen that so far today.
You, of course, saw a big win last week coming from 24. He had to score 24 points in the second half. You got a 24-3 lead now heading to the second half. Your thoughts there, Charlie?
Oh, I'm always the pessimist. I hate to admit that, but everybody talks about it. I said, look, we got 30 minutes left to play, and hopefully we can finish this out and move on. But it's one step at a time, quite honestly.
By the way, Charlie's got those North Carolina State colors off. He's got the black and gold under there, ladies and gentlemen. New athletic director at Appalachian State. Thank you, Charlie.
My pleasure. Thank you all for being here.
Appalachian State leads it by the score of 24-3, and they did it, particularly with an outstanding quarterback. His name is Richie Williams. Williams has done everything today, throwing the football, also running for one of the scorers tonight. And as Doug Graber joins me again, it is indeed when you got a senior quarterback that does everything like this, it makes it easy sometimes.
Well, this is the Richie Williams show, and you look at all these throws, though, and he really does not have a lot of pressure on him, the people in his face. And what a great throw he made there. We talked about that matchup, beating the safety. And this defense is, oh, man, they have been overwhelming in the first half, all over Sambursky.
So, again, not a lot of time. They finally get a couple of passes, but what happens when it gets in the air? Boom, it's going back the other way. And again, Walshe coming up with one of the longest of the interception in the history of playoff football here at ASU.
Look at this run that Arlie Whitlock makes. How did he get out that? I don't know. I mean, that should have been a 3-yard loss. He is a little Barry Sanders like. He really is. And here's another one here. Man, he is a good, exciting football player.
One of the things about it, though, they could not push it in, had to settle for a field goal, despite the facts of Whitlock and, of course, of Sambursky. But, again, they got 3. At least they got some points out of this as we take a look at the numbers. And I guess the turnover is certainly that 2-1 so far in favor of Appalachian State on the plus side.
Yeah, and the other thing that really stands out is the plays of 20 yards plus, 4-1 for Appalachian State. And that's big.
And, of course, the numbers in favor of Appalachian State, you see 272 to 148. Points off of turnovers. There's a field goal. At least you take that away. Might be a little closer, but the turnover certainly paying dividends here for Appalachian State. The winner goes on to play Furman and Richmond. They're playing up the road at Richmond, and an opportunity for the two teams to kind of play against each other. All right, Coach, put you in the huddle back over there in the locker room for Southern Illinois. Talk about what Jerry Kill is telling his club to get ready for here in the second half.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just to really settle down, get your composure back. I mean, that has been a shocking first half, and they really walked into a buzzsaw. Let those seniors, and you see them coming out hand in hand there, let the seniors take over this team. Let that leadership take this team, and I think they'll play much better here in the second half.
Appalachian State on the other side of the coin, 24-3 lead. You gotta feel confident, but you never can let down. I mean, you say one loss, you're gone.
Well, again, exactly. One loss and the season is over. But, boy, Appalachian played a great first half. And if they can continue, I look for them to run the football, run the option a little bit more, run the quarterback draws, do that. Get that clock going a little bit here in the second half.
So for Appalachian State, again, they are waiting to come out of the tunnel. I would stay in there, too, with the rain and the possible snow before the day is coming over. Will that play any effect here in the second half as far as the inclement weather? Looks like you get a little damper out there.
Well, Sam, I really don't think so because, again, you got got the turf field, and the players, they're so focused on this game. I don't think so.
So Appalachian State with a 24-3 lead as we head for the second half of the game as the Mountaineers try to make it 2 in a row on their home field here, leading 24-3 over Southern Illinois. 1AA quarterfinals from NCAA. Jerry Moore, head coach of Appalachian State, and again coming out after he knows that he too is going to play that full 4 quarters here, 24-3, and of course the opportunity for his club to get the football and see what they can do offensively. I think they're winning the game certainly defensively more than anything because they're making things happen positive here for Appalachian State.
I've said we're on the same page on that one, no question about it. And of course the big plays they've made on offense. I really think Southern Illinois has done an acceptable job on defense, and they just can't do anything offensively. But I will guarantee you Jerry Moore is excited about the possibilities here. He's been here 17 years. He's only made the semifinals one time, and that was in 2000. He got beat by Montana out there in overtime. This time he would have the advantage of playing the semifinal here on his turf. All he's thinking about is the second half, but I promise you he's excited about that possibility.
By the way, there that Southern Conference with Furman, one of his 3 losses you made mention of. Yeah, I think he'd like to avenge that. Kansas and at LSU, the only other 2 games that Appalachian State lost. And, you know, they like to come back in. Only losses at Western Michigan, Illinois State, and at Northern Iowa. 25-24, a game that really hurts as far as the outright championship for Southern Illinois. So both coming in at 9-3. And it'll be Southern Illinois having the ball first as Greg Turner returns. He's got a seam at the 30. He's at the 45 out to midfield. He could go all the way. He's trying to streak away down the sidelines. It may be a return. It is. No flags are down. Return for a touchdown. That's what we're talking about. Play every minute of every game.
Are you kidding me? I mean, you talk about coming out and changing the whole football game with 1 play to start the second half. Unbelievable job of Southern Illinois, and I'll tell you, he was virtually untouched. That was very, very well blocked up front, and he knew exactly what to do with it, and that changes everything.
So Turner's just returned it 94 yards for the return, and a touchdown for Southern Illinois with the extra point to come. 14:47 left to go here in the third. Opening kickoff goes for 6. Boy, did they need that one after getting a field goal at the end of the quarter. Extra point up, and Coffin puts it 3. So it's a 24-10 score as again right just that quickly. This game has a way of turning upside down. And away it goes with Southern Illinois having opportunity to get back within striking distance now, down by a couple of touchdowns. So the kickoff return now, the special teams raising their head. Offense, defense, special teams, you all got to do it. You're watching Division I AA football. Well, almost a whole new ball game at 24-10 now. Appalachian State leading by 2 touchdowns. And let's take a look at the leaders so far through the first half and the early goings. I mean, very early the third quarter here, Coach.
Yeah, of course, Sam Bursky, you know, the 2 interceptions we've talked about. Whitlock, what an effort just to get 58 yards. And, of course, Williams has been the big story there offensively for Appalachian.
3 catches by Turner. And, of course, a big day for him as they kick off. That'll go in and out of the back of the end zone. And that time Dexter Jackson will chase it back there and bring it out to the 20-yard line. By the way, they have corrected that kickoff return to 93 yards. And, you know, we made mention that Craig Turner is already number 3 all-time at Southern Illinois in return yardage. He may be number 1 before this game's over.
Number 1 after this one, yeah. And, you know, the neat thing was that return came right in front of the Salukis bench, and that bench exploded. I mean, they were jumping up and down, and now you got a chance to get some momentum back here. Let's see what they can do this first series defensively.
By the way, all of the returns so far today have been by Craig Turner. 5 for 176 yards returned today by Southern Illinois. What a day already. Here's a quick look pass. They get it ahead. And again, the main man, Turner, who caught a lot of passes in the first half, points to the quarterback Williams and said, right on the money, brother.
Boy, same old deal. Just spread them out in a you know, shotgun snap, quick throw, ball's gone. You have no chance to rush the passer, ball's gone. So look at how fast this ball comes out of it. Just a quick 5-step drop, boom, ball's gone, right on the money. Spread them out, find the open guy. He is good at it.
14.5 minutes left to go in the third. A quick hitting long kickoff return has put Southern Illinois within striking distance, down by 2 scores. 1st and 10, Appalachian State. Pitch. They've got an end around coming, and they try to work it to the near sideline and roll it out of bounds as they get that time Richardson coming from the far side, and it's going to be out of bounds after a gain of at least 6 or 7. Let's see where they finally spotted to the 41-yard line. 1AA quarterfinals of NCAA football. Southern Illinois against Appalachian State, 2 teams in the top 10 at Kid Brewer Stadium in Boone. IDU, Sam Smith along with Doug Graber. Coach, of course, a former defensive coordinator in the National Football League, head coach at Rutgers and Montana State in the 1AA.
And I'm watching the fans, and I can see their breath a little bit. That reminds me of Montana.
No.
Okay,
your lips
right.
were freezing.
Yeah, you're right.
I've been up in Montana too many times to know that. Out of the shotgun, it was a gain of 7, so it's a 2nd and 3. Williams pitches outside. Richardson trying to turn the corner. Knows where he needs to go for the first down. Banged out of bounds. And last hit by Frank Johnson. It'll be a first down for Appalachian State. Backed again to that fundamental football for Appalachian State.
This is the spread offense. Here's the speed option. He's got the wide receiver. No, this is the running back, but a lot of times the wide receiver will be the pitch man on the zone option or the speed option.
Staying in there 4-2. Line up here for Southern Illinois. Not a lot of pressure on Williams today so far. He swings it out near side. Goes to Mayfield. Mayfield at midfield. He's got to outrun everybody. There'll be a closing man. He may not get there in time. He doesn't. Mayfield will take it from 45 yards away, make that 55 yards away, and another score on the board for Appalachian State. Boy, are they dangerous.
You know, that's a 222-pound wide receiver. I mean, he shocked me with his speed right there. And that was just the little quick wide receiver screen, a couple great blocks. And, you know, they spread you out so far that you make those blocks, and then he's off to the races.
Well, we have played less than a minute of the third quarter, 14:04, and already we've tacked on, could be 14 points with the extra point. And they do. So bang, just like that, the football game looked like it might be in reach of Southern Illinois. Appalachian State says, well, if you're going to get it, you got to go through us, as they put 7 on the board themselves.
Well, they surely answered the bell, and that was such a key thing after that, the huge kickoff return. Take a look at it now. It's just a quick screen out here, and look at that offensive line. Boom, look at the block. I mean, he's untouched all the way through. He's absolutely untouched, and that's 222 pounds. Runs pretty darn good. Take a look at now. Take a look at the line right here. That's Richardson right there leading the way, and that was Kerry Brown, the big guard, out leading the way. And that was a fantastic job of executing the quick wide receiver screen.
Kerry Brown, number 76, just a sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, 6'4" and 295. He loaded it up in a wagon and carried it pretty good.
He really did. You know, and Mayfield is playing so much today because they have decided to go to the 4 wide receiver offense and really spread the field out against Southern Illinois, and that's been a big factor in this game. Southern Illinois was not expecting that. Usually they have 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back.
Now this receiving core of Appalachian State is playing without one of their better ones in Jermaine Little, fractured a fibia against LSU. He could play next week. He's been running. You saw him running a little bit here.
I watched him run yesterday afternoon. I'll tell you what, I think he'll be back next week. He looked really good.
Deep kick comes back to the goal line. Here comes Southern Illinois trying to run the ball straight ahead. A stone wall thrown up there by Rennell Thomas trying to run it back. And for Appalachian State, number 38, that's going to be Monte Smith. The linebacker said, nope, it all stops right here.
And you noticed how many starters were on that kickoff team. Monte Smith is a starting linebacker, and that's exactly what Coach Moore said. Everybody's going to play everything today, buddy. We're not leaving anything on that field.
Sam Bursky will bring his offense out with a 31-10 deficit to try to overcome. Jerry Moore looking on. Coach Moore, of course, his 17th year here. 11 consecutive winning seasons, 16 of 17 overall. As against Southern Illinois going back to base football. The offensive line actually moving the pack a little bit.
Yeah, you know what they did? They came out and they ran a real quick count, and they really caught Appalachian before they were really quite ready to go.
Good look at Mayfield. And again, the numbers on him, 3 receptions, 66 for a T. Again, comes into the game with 3 touchdowns. Add another. Defense will not be able to bring the running back down to the 30-yard line. And again, Whitlock, who gained only 58 yards in the first half, is determined to try to get more here in the second half.
I cannot tell you how. Look at this Whitlock. He is so strong. Wow. 5'10", 200 pounds. Rock Hill, South Carolina, went to Coffeyville Junior College. Man, is he strong. Really impressive.
That's one thing. In talking to Jerry Kill, I asked him, I said, I know you'd like to recruit from like the freshman up, use your redshirt program, but he got holes. It didn't look like you're afraid to go to the JUCO. And he said, no, because I come from Kansas where there were a lot of great junior college programs.
Yep.
He said, I know those coaches. I know the players and where they're coming from. I feel very comfortable with junior college players.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good fit for the Southern Illinois program. And again, a problem, some kind of a problem up front. And Joel Sambursky has to take a timeout.
By the way, there are 3 former Coffeyville coaches on the staff of Jerry Kill. So he not only brought some of the talent from those schools, but also brought in from Coffeyville a couple of the coaches that he knew could help this program.
Yeah, that's a smart move. You got some guys that have a built-in recruiting territory, and he's right. So many great players end up in the Kansas junior college system, and I'll tell you what, if you can go in there and you got those kind of contacts, that is a tremendous plus for that program.
So is Jerry Kill and company trying to talk over about having to try to come back with 12:50 to go. You've got other action coming your way. And of course, you can find out about all of the action coming up on NCAAsports.com. For example, the Division I Women's Soccer National Championship is set for Sunday, December 4th, 1 o'clock on ESPN2. For a preview of the Women's College Cup, visit again NCAAsports.com, the official online home of all 33 of the NCAA championships, including the 1AA. New Hampshire, #1 seed, knocked off by Northern Iowa. What a lift for the Gateway Conference there.
Huge lift, and of course Southern Illinois being the second Gateway team playing today.
Southern Conference has 2 left in Furman and Appalachian State. Furman's up at Richmond, and I think Sambursky, excuse me, took too much time and may have a delay of the game here.
Yeah, and he was trying to make some audibles based on the front.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So again, one of the interior linemen trying to make something happen. Justin Kramer out of Liberty, Missouri. Interesting enough, he and Sambursky were teammates in high school in Liberty. So it's always nice to have one of your buddies on your team at Southern Illinois in Carbondale.
Former training camp site of the Kansas City Chiefs, many years, boy. You talk about hot.
And you know that firsthand. Look, here's the handoff to Whitlock. Whitlock in the open field, down across to the 48-yard line. Boy, he just makes things happen when he gets the football again. Keep a look at that left ankle. He hurt in the first half, taped it up, and you know this junior says, hey, just hook some more tape on it. Let's go.
You know, and watch this now. He has just a little bit of a crack here, and that is all he needs. Look at the cutback right there. Another great move on the safety. 2 hands on the football. I'll tell you what, I'm very, very, very impressed with him today.
Well, there's the numbers of the people ahead of him, and he, of course, is the number 4 overall, and he continues to add to it, adding another 3 yards on the carry by Whitlock. As again, he carries it. Southern Illinois needing something to happen. There are the numbers now. Only Amos Bullock from 58-61 has more, and not by many. You may catch him very much easier today.
Yeah, and of course, he's just a junior. He's got another year ahead of him. He's had an amazing career here already in a very short period of time.
There you see the biggest number they're trying to catch is 4,715, and well, he's running here, and again, with all another year to go, he's got an opportunity to get close to that for sure. Sambursky back to throw, swings it out of the backfield. Gets it over to Whitlock. Whitlock can't make anything happen before being run out of bounds. Pursuit of ASU continues to be something that has been something of a problem today for Southern Illinois. That time they ran it down from the linebacker spot.
Thought he missed his cut here. I thought he really should have cut that one back right there. And that's about the only time today I could really critique him at all. He's been that good. And now he's going out. He's out of the game now. And Jackson is getting a little blow here.
By the way, 86, Chris Kupek out of Columbia, Missouri, was the man that was leading that charge, number 86. And that was a man he probably should have cut back on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly the cut he should have made.
That's easy for him, easy for us, and not for him, I guess.
Exactly.
Sambursky throwing. It's going to be complete. They get it out again to Allen. Allen's had a very productive day for Southern Illinois. That is going to be his 3rd catch. And he adds some more yardage to his total as he gets another first down for Southern Illinois. May recall he got hurt going up for a catch early in the first half, but he's still playing on.
Look at the pressure that he has right here and still makes a great throw right on the money. And watch, he's a former track guy. Now watch this. He looks like a high jumper right there. Springfield, Missouri.
Well, they did win the state high jump championship. Thus, the jump he had earlier, it almost got him hurt. They stack the eye. Hand off to the second back. That's Jackson. And they say, nope. And down he goes. Antoine out of St. Louis, Mo.
That was Byron, big number 95. Omar Byron says, not so fast.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina, just a short trip down the road and up the hill from Boone.
That looked like another stunt, and he just came scot-free on that inside stunt. You know, the inside stunning game, everybody thinks it's for the pass. But you can run a lot of inside stunts that really wreak havoc with your offensive line and their run blocking. And that's been a big part of this game plan today.
Not big on the front line. Biggest being Joe Suter at 260, but very mobile for that defensive line. And they'll stack now 5 on the front line, just daring you to run. Sambursky will try to throw to the top and won't make it happen. And again, it's going to be Hunter, one of the first guys to get there, and coming up is Aaron Kelly, the middle linebacker, to help.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he was matched up with Marquise at the left tackle. He just beat him bad. Take a look at it right here. Just got so much athletic skill and speed and size, and I'm sorry, that was really the tight end trying to block him right there, Micah Turner.
By the way, the 10th sack officially now. He's only 1/2 of a sack away from Burrell, who is the leader at 10.5 on the other end, number 44 for Appalachian State. They are dynamite. 10:22 to go, third. You see the score, 21-point lead, Appalachian State.
Big third down right here. Big third down.
Trying to take a man in motion, Payne. Sambursky's got to just throw that one away, and wisely, as the flag will go down, and I think there may be a late hit. You're on the quarterback. And I know Joe Suter's going to go, oh my, why did I even get close to him?
No, that was intentional grounding, Sam, because you know what the problem was? He was not outside the tackle box. And that is the correct call, no question about
it. Intentional grounding. Right. Number 12 offense. Lost it down at the spot of foul. Fourth down.
Going straight back. Suter pushed him straight back, and thus the grounding call will eat up the down, take it all the way back, and let's see where they'll have the football finally at the 42-yard line.
Wow, that is a devastating play for Southern Illinois. They were trying to set up a screen out to the left, and nothing. Yeah, you see the lineman down the field, and I don't know whether the receiver got knocked down or what, but there was no receiver. So that's the danger of running screens. You can't throw the ball away. It's going to be either illegal downfield or intentional grounding.
Kittle Camp feels a low snap but gets a boomer. This will be fielded on the fair catch at the 10-yard line, and it'll go back to Appalachian State as Wiggins makes the reception there, and Appalachian State will be 1st and 10 at their 10. They've got the lead in the third at home. Well, the Appalachian State cheerleaders certainly have something to cheer about right now with their team in the lead 31-10. 10 minutes to go in the third. As right now, it's Southern Illinois trying to make something happen here as they will have to go on the defense. And again, good opportunity right here if they can make something happen as Appalachian State deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 at their own 10. Williams again, the quarterback. He's on the way out of the shotgun. Fakes the pitch, takes it on the corner, and runs ahead as he has had quite a day of running. That's his 8th carry. Will gain about 5 more yards. 27, but that kind of sets up that pass and run type situation for Williams.
Yeah, it surely does. And their ability to run the option, I cannot tell you how that limits what you can do defensively, because option football is assignment football. And I'll tell you what, you have a breakdown on who has the quarterback and who has the pitch. That's a big play waiting to happen.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen there, to the left of the quarterback, Williams. 2nd down and 4. He's throwing. Swings it out to the far side, intended for Richardson, saying, hey, that was a little low for me to try to catch.
You know, that's really the first poor throw he's had. And boy, look at some of the great players in the Appalachian history here. Dexter Coakley, wow. He's, of course, still playing at Dallas, and what a great player he was here in this program.
He's now at St. Louis.
And now has gone to St. Louis. You're right, was a free agent last year. Exactly right.
A couple of the others that they've had their numbers retired here. We'll highlight them in a moment. One that is kind of close to the coach's heart. An opportunity to get him into pro football with him. 9:20 left to go. Clock is stopped. Williams out of the backfield. Now he's got to rush out of there. This is when he's very dangerous. He's got to try to get 4 yards. He will not get the 4, I don't think. He dives for a few on a 3rd down, and they may have to kick that football out of there.
Excellent, excellent open field tackle by Frank Johnson right there, number 5. Really made a good tackle in the open field, and he's a load in the open field now, I'll tell you. Take a look at it right here. Watch Frank Johnson, the safety. He's playing his zone defense. Here comes a scramble. Breakdown, breakdown. Excellent. That is nice. Great fundamentals in the open field.
Accelerated right out of that helmet. Oh, they made it. So they got the nose of the football. That's being looked at by Frank Johnson, saying, oh, are you sure that was right? Can we see that again? How about the instant replay?
Yeah, how about it?
By the way, a lot of the conferences are experimenting, of course, with the instant replay. Southern Conference being one of those.
Right.
A lot of the stadiums that they're equipped, of course, with the cameras in the stadium are kind of going through the motions this year and may implement it next year.
Let's take a look at this now. Take a look at the spot right there. He got a very favorable spot, looks like to me.
That's the old left foot, right foot spot, I think.
Yeah.
He got a left footer in that situation, and 1st and 10 for Appalachian State. They lead 31-10. And off again, they try to just keep it basic. That's Richardson, continues to add to his total. That'll be his 10th carry. He'll gain over a total of 60 yards. There's a guy that you knew a lot about, Coach.
Oh, boy, I was at Kansas City, and we drafted Dino Hackett, the linebacker, in 1986. And I'm going to tell you what a dynamite football player. He changed our defensive football team. He was an absolute wild man.
and could really run, and a heck of a young man too.
By the way, Monte Smith wears number 38. He says, "You ain't getting my jersey, at least not till I finished." Of course, he'll walk around and say, "Yeah, they retired my jersey at Appalachian State."
Right, well, they did retire, but it doesn't start till next year.
And off up the middle to Richardson again on a 2nd down and 8. He'll gain about 3 or 4 or 5 yards, and he'll bring a 3rd down and short situation here for Appalachian State.
You know, Sam, that was one of those trick retirements. You know, we're going to retire, we're just not sure when. You know.
By the way, Dino was one of those guys you made kind of a wild guy, and that may be the reason he didn't play more years than he did, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. He just had no concern for his body whatsoever, and it really unfortunately affected the length of his career. But boy, what a good football player he was.
Spotted the ball back at the 26-yard line, so it makes it 3rd and 4 for Appalachian State. Williams out of the shotgun. Swings it out of the backfield to Richardson. They close on him. Richardson makes something happen again. They'll carry it all the way in near the 35, out of bounds at the 34-yard line. The 1st down for Appalachian State. The worst thing for Southern Illinois is to hear all that time, and of course the eating up of the yardage here by the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and they actually ran a blitz here, one of the first they've run today. And again, when you blitz, it's 1-on-1, and he makes a miss in the open field and gets the 1st down.
Well, John Settles, the other number they've retired here. John only rushed for 4,645 yards and 44 touchdowns. That, of course, is an all-time record. He also previously held 26 Appalachian State records. Oh, my, what a football player he was.
Pretty good career in the NFL as well.
7:03 left to go in the 3rd. They swing it near side again and get in the hands this time of Dexter Jackson, who is their punt return specialist. And Jackson, unfortunately, that's going to be in the hands of Batashon, and that does not look good on a leg injury for Batashon.
Yeah, he's down, and boy, that would be a real tough blow to this Appalachian offense. And really, what happened here is you watch the wide receiver miss the block in the corner. That's Jordan right up. Oh no, he was hurt even.
I think he turned his ankle right on the line.
He sure did. He hit that line, and that's exactly what happened. And that looks like a high ankle the way he's holding that right there.
Yeah, and that could be one of the worst because you almost never seem to get over it very well. So again, a potential of a sprained right ankle, which definitely is what the situation. As you saw it, almost like he caught the toe of his shoe, and then of course kind of turned over on top of it. Been there, done that before. A lot of little black dots in front of your eyes when you do that.
You bet, boy. That hurts. That hurts like crazy, and that is not good. Not good for them. And of course, that would make it even more important that if somehow Jermaine Little, who was clearly their #1 receiver, if he indeed can come back and play, if they advance next week, that would be huge.
By the way, ASU is working on a school record 16 straight wins here at Kid Brewer. A last home loss was a 14-13 to Maine during the 2002 1AA playoffs. You see, again, Batashon being taken off on the sideline with an ankle sprain. 2nd down. They had lost 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. They're airing it out. That'll be tipped, almost intercepted on the 2nd player. And Johnson was a man there trying to dive to make the intercept. Ball had been tipped up in the air, though, and done a good job that time by Patrick Jordan, number 11.
Yeah, and this is only the 2nd really bad throw that he's made tonight. That was a definite overthrow. And you wonder if the continual now, the rain coming down, may be having some effect on that. And of course, almost picked off by, that was Johnson that almost picked it off. But you wonder if that may be having some effect. It is, and as you mentioned, Sam, it's getting colder and colder and colder, and the rain continues to come down.
6:20, the clock stopped here in the 3rd. 31-10, Appalachian State. Now the highest seed left. They came in #2. New Hampshire #1 was defeated today by Northern Iowa. There's Williams out of the pocket. He's still got time to throw and does. It's going to be a completion on the far side and then drop. Could not hang on to it.
Yeah, and that was really great coverage. That was Heaston, the junior out of Covington, Tennessee, and he was all over that when he got there just as the ball got there. That was outstanding defense.
Heaston, their #1 tackler, coming in with 75, including 46 solos.
Boy, got there right when that was perfect. Perfect timing. Pretty good throw. This is a great, boy, he gunned that one. Did you see that?
He did.
He surprised me with his arm strength right there.
Good try by Zach Johnson to make that catch. Doesn't get it as Matt Dodge
coming after this punt.
Go back, and Jackson back there to return it, or make that Turner, excuse me. Jackson will bound at the 31 and will finally die around the 28. So it'll be 1st and 10 to go here for Southern Illinois as they've got their work cut out for them. They're trailing here in the mountains of Appalachian State, 31-10. You're watching Division I AA college football. (31-10) in the midst of the rain now. It'll soon turn to snow here in the mountains. It is really coming down. The crowd that was here is trying to battle against the weather. Many have already steadied ahead to the exits with a 21-point lead by Appalachian State. Southern Illinois, and again with Joel Sambursky, have tried to make something out of the shotgun here with his 2 running backs on either side. And Whitlock has been like a man possessed with a football. Not faking the handoff this time. Sambursky trying to take it outside. And guess what? Hunter continues to be the man of the moment defensive end.
Wow, he is so athletic. Hunter, he says not so fast. I'll tell you, he made a great recovery. Watch this Jason Hunter. So athletic right here. And look at that burst in speed and the size. 6'4", 235. He runs 4'6". Pretty good speed for a big guy like that at defensive end.
There's a good look at the big fella right there. Again, he, along with Morrell on the other end, have made up quite a dynamic duo when you start thinking about the defensive ends today. 10 tackles, 3 for loss, and he does have 1 sack. 10 for the season now. Sambursky throwing underneath. Coverage is right on top. The intended receiver on the near side, and a good close that time by the corner, Johnson Wolchek. As again, he makes the contact just at the last moment of the pass thrown to Little.
And here's the pressure that Mr. Sambursky has been under all day long. I mean, just extreme duress. Very, very few opportunities to make what I call clean throws without somebody right in his face. And I mean, this here comes Hunter again. I mean, wow. They just a lot of athleticism in that front.
You know, Hunter may be very hungry to play this year, and the way he's playing, he didn't play at all last year. And again, here's a flag coming in late. As the pressure on Joe Suter was the man that was back against Sambursky again.
Yeah, that was one of those stunts. And I'll tell you what, that has really caused a lot of problems for this offensive line of the Salukis today.
Inadvertent face mask. Number 5 defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Well, really, that's a big break now. That gives them another. That's really about an 18-yard play there because they had the sack. And now that's going to give them now a chance to convert like 3rd and 7. There you see the stunt right there with both defensive ends coming inside. That's called an ET, a double ET on both sides. And again, they have really had their problems. And the thing that makes it so tough is the athleticism of those down 4 guys. They're so quick and explosive.
Mr. Stovall indicating number 5. I quickly looked to the roster. Mr. Heath is on the sideline. Nice clean jersey. Of course, you saw it with Suter. They throw underneath this time, trying to get the first one, get it done at the 35-yard line. And the secondary comes up, and another solid hit by that secondary, including Brad West, the linebacker, who had dropped in coverage.
Yeah, just on the 3rd and long, just sit back and play in the zones, and they run the crossing route, and they just attack it. And really, they only get about 2 yards here. And boy, what a heck of a tackle by Brad West in the open field. 5th-year senior from Clemson, South Carolina.
Kupek is one of their top receivers off the tight end. Number 86 is trying to put some heat on us down there.
That feels good even up here. That looks good.
Here's the kick coming once again from Southern Illinois. This will drive Jackson back to the 21. He makes one sidestep there, trying to make something happen outside. It'll be a foot race. Whitlock is chasing him down. And finally, they'll finish him off on the near side. And a good tackle made that time by Patrick Jordan. It'll be 1st and 10 for Appalachian State as Jackson tried to make something happen. Didn't get a lot done, though. It'll be 1st and 10, though, for App. And a flag is down once again. And where that's down, Coach, 9 times out of 10, it's a return, right?
Especially when you got a scramble like that going across the field. Absolutely. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And back they go with the football.
There you see that tape being put on here on the near sideline.
Number 31 in the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So that block in the back.
See if we can see it right here. This is Dexter Jackson. There it is right there. That was
hello.
that was a pretty easy one to call, really. That wasn't very hard. That was Billy Riddle. that made that little block in the back, number 25.
Didn't have to take me all the way through the river.
Even as a coach, I'd say, I think, that should be, absolutely.
You know, I always, when I talk to some of the players, they say, you know, if I make a mistake, why do you always bring my name up? When I make a good play, that's when I want you to bring my name up. Well, out of the shotgun again, Williams has been there all day long. Scott Settle, the center. Brown and Robinson guards. Eisenhower at one tackle, Oliver at the other. Williams throwing. It'll be incomplete. Good coverage put on again by Southern Illinois. There's that Heaston kid again as he makes a perfect hit just at the last moment.
Yeah, and the crowd, of course, doesn't like it, but I really think this is pretty good defense. I think that was pretty well timed up, really. Very well timed up. And that was an audible from the sideline. They knew they had a single safety coverage, and they went after it with the post. Marlon Heaston, he's leading the Salukis with 75 tackles. That's a safety leading the team in tackles. That's pretty good.
By the way, basically, I call him the offense for Appalachian State. Scott Satterfield, we made mention, former quarterback here. Running backs coach Chris Moore, liner coach is Sean Elliott, wide receiver Lonnie Galloway, who calls all the plays after Satterfield sends it down from him. Williams getting this play out of the pocket. He runs out of bounds, and it'll be short of a first down, maybe by just a bit. But it'll be close enough for a third down and short yardage situation. By the way, Galloway, they'll get back to him in a moment. The man calling plays on the sideline really likes to watch Williams because he really likes what he does when he was in college himself.
And you just look at Williams' athleticism right there. I mean, that was the potential for a bad play, and he turns it into about a 3-yard gain. I mean, he's just so athletic. And he's got great vision and awareness. He just sees the field.
Third down, short yardage. Williams again getting it from Coach Galloway on the sideline, out of the shotgun again.
See, the whole team looks to the sideline. They all have to get the audible.
Williams on short yardage situation. He'll let it fly to the near sideline.
Boy.
Is it made? It is.
What a catch.
What a catch on the near sideline. And Mayfield, who has had a great game today, makes another sensational catch here. That's his 4th of the game.
And again, the scrambling, moving in the pocket, and what a catch. Wow. No, Sam, we have seen 3 spectacular catches today now.
Yep.
2 by the Salukis and 1 by the Mountaineers right there. And Mayfield, you're right, he's had a huge day today.
I tell you what, the one by Alan Turner in the first half for Southern Illinois, one hand, had to be the classic of this game and maybe of all the playoffs on a catch.
Oh,
incredible one-handed grab. Behind him, reached back and grabbed it. Fake handoff, Williams. Out of the pocket, has to throw near sideline. That'll be incomplete. Bounds out in front of the intended receiver, Turner. Brandon Turner goes incomplete. And it'll be brought back for a 2nd down and 10 here by Appalachian State.
You know, and really, for the first time now today in this series right here, they have had consistent pressure on Williams. And so I'll tell you what, the Salukis now, they're playing, and and it helps them because they rotate 8 defensive linemen, and look at the numbers there. The 7th 300-yard game of his career. Wow.
Well, he has had some kind of career indeed, and again, keep in mind this is going to be a senior, and I'll get your evaluation of where he might play on Sunday coming up next year after the season is over. Williams, look out, he's got it open up the middle, and will take it all the way down to the 45-yard line. Another first down by the Mountaineers as they march relentlessly in to Southern Illinois territory again.
Well, that's an interesting question that you pose on Williams and what his future is going to be. I mean, he's got a future in football. There's no question in my mind. He's probably going to be a late round to free agent guy. He's a guy that maybe you might think if he doesn't make it in the NFL, definitely could make it up in Canada. He really fits that style of football. But his intelligence and everything else, his arm strength he surprised me a little bit. He's got a little more arm strength than I thought, Sam.
One pass in particular back in the first half. There's that wet football. It's on the ground. I think that Williams may have fallen on it.
I think Southern got it.
Nope, Southern did get it. So Williams couldn't gather it in, and Southern Illinois makes a fumble recovery and gets their 2nd of the day as Williams helped to his feet here. We'll check and see what player for Southern Illinois might have made that recovery. I'm not totally sure.
And this is, of course, one of the negatives. And he just, he just took his eyes off the football. And that's a problem with this offense.
Number 85 is John Hamm, makes the fumble recovery. here for Southern Illinois. And Williams, I think, has been shaken up.
He may be hurt. He looks like it. He looks like that. He might possibly left shoulder, I'm guessing. Boy, that would be devastating.
Southern Illinois, Appalachian State, two teams in the top 10. Appalachian State, of course, the better of the two, playing in their home field. Sam Smith along with the coach, Doug Graber. Glad you could join us on 1AA college football playoffs, as the playoffs determines the national championship on the level. And it's been going for these many years, and not a lot of complaints to go along.
The playoffs, and you're right, Sam. They've been 16 teams in these playoffs for, golly, I don't know how many, at least 25 years.
Yep.
And, you know, and it's just a format that works. And I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I don't care. I just do not understand why in Division I we can't have the same format. I think it's just fantastic.
Bowl games.
No, I know it's all about money. I understand that.
Sambursky, inside handoff to Whitlock, and that little delay had an opportunity, of course, for guess who to get in and make another stop, as there's Hunter. Jason's had an unbelievable day on that front line for the Mountaineers.
He really has. He is. I think what they're trying to do here is they're running away from Murrell, and of course Hunter says, you're not going to run me either. Right. And of course Murrell, we haven't said this, but his brother Adrian Murrell, I coached against him in college. He played at West Virginia, 10-year career in the NFL. Was a great running back.
There you see the numbers on Hunter on tackles for losses. He's going into double figures with all. There's a ball that's knocked in the air but incomplete.
And speaking of Mr. Murrell, there he was, number 44, and that poor young man, I'll tell you what, you know, he's got his degree. He's working on his MBA in finance. Sambursky is, and there is Mr. Murrell right there, and his brother was a heck of a player as well. Played for the Jets, and I can't remember who else, but I know he played 10 years, mainly with the Jets.
Sambursky again. You see the rush?
Oh, Murrell, I'll tell you what, wow. Wow. So quick and athletic.
So it's kick time again here for Southern Illinois. Kettle Camp will get another one off. Appalachian State, not a punt kicking block team, as they once again wait for the return. And it'll be a very short one here, as Appalachian State will take it again as Jackson catches and falls forward. It'll be 1st and 10 for Appalachian State after they finally put the football down. And let's see where they're finally going to spot this thing. Still moving it around a little bit, banking around.
You know, and Sam, we've talked about the Appalachian State, the great players. You know, Southern Illinois has had quite a few too. How about Jim Hart, the longtime quarterback for the Cardinals? My old coaching mate, Carl Mock, was one of the real characters and played center for the Houston Oilers for I think about 15 years.
Real quiet guy, right?
Oh yeah, real mild-mannered guy, Carl Mock. I tell you, I could go on forever. One of my favorite guys. Still very, very loyal and very close to the Southern Illinois program.
And again, this program turned around by Jerry Kill. You heard the athletic director, Mr. Kowalczyk, in the first half of the game talking about a great hire and what he's done with his program. Another little swing pass. Getting it out on the far side is Richardson. This is the beauty of Richardson in the offense. He not only runs the ball well, one of their top receivers came in with 42 receptions for the year. And again, he's turned into a guy that's really made waves here against Southern Illinois.
Leads the team in receiving. He's got 42 catches. He's got more than, now of course, you know, really Jermaine Little was leading the team before his very, very unfortunate injury. He's got a plate that had to be put in his leg, and it's amazing how fast he's coming back from that.
48 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 31-10 though, a bang first 1 minute of the third quarter, as again a 93-yard kick return by Turner of Southern Illinois tightened it down to 24-10, and then bang, here comes Appalachian State on a long pass and run, and they come up to kind of answer that score, and that's where we're standing at 31-10.
Yep, and you know, talking about Kevin Richardson, he was a walk-on in this program, and boy, what a career he's had here.
And he'll try to get the first down and does.
Yep, easily gets it.
Richardson played his high school ball as Elizabethtown, North Carolina, over towards the coast.
Right.
Again, put on some big numbers as a running back, but again, was not highly recruited. Look out, he's going out with a, it's like either a little stinger on the left shoulder himself.
Yeah, this is, if you're Jerry Moore, this is exactly what you don't want to see now as this game progresses, and we're getting, I think we may be into the fourth quarter before we even get a chance to run a play here. But you don't need that. You don't need your quarterback to come out limping, although he's back in the game. He looks fine. And your running back comes, and you're right, Sam, that did look like a stinger.
So out of a shotgun again, Williams Fumble the last time they had the football. Gives it ahead, and again, this guy's been a busy man. And Brandon Turner's, you take a look at Richardson on the sideline. And again, there's one thing about good staffs. You got to have A, the strength and conditioning coaches, and B, the trainer and their staff. They've got a couple of very good ones in those positions up here at Appalachian State.
Yeah, and they're just, that's exactly, when you say what is a stinger, it's a stinger is when you can't feel anything in your fingers, and really your nerve just gets bruised a little bit there.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and Appalachian State knows in their hearts that they own it. Southern Illinois would like to change that, though, as we head for the final quarter. This one, 1AA quarterfinals. Appalachian State 31, Southern Illinois 10. Well, there you see the scores by the quarters. Of course, Appalachian State leading 24-3 after the first half. At 1 minute of the third, both teams getting a score. That's where we stand at 31-10. Williams, by the way, with a touchdown pass to Richardson back in the first half, became the all-time Southern Conference touchdown pass leader. Michael Payton of Marshall from 89 to 92 at 57, and now he has surpassed that number as the all-time Southern Conference leader, not only in total yardage, but now in touchdowns for, again, Richie Williams, the quarterback who throws to Bettis, the tight end. Bettis, again, has been a real bell cow for them in catches, 26 catches and 8 touchdowns for him. He's had quite a year already off the tight end, throwing underneath by Williams.
And here's John Suttle, the center. Now remember, he's got to snap that ball and block somebody. They call him Bulldog. The folks, they list him at 6'8". I swear he is not more than 5'9½", and he's about 250. And what a tough football player he is inside there.
And again, that's maybe had one bad snap tonight. That one a little high again. Williams fields it, then runs into a hornet's nest. As good defensive pressure by Southern Illinois. First man to reach him right up the middle again is number 96, Billy Baird. He, along with Lorenzo Wims, alternate out defensive end. Wims comes in, and Baird goes out at the left defensive end spot.
And be careful now. There is number 2, Craig Turner back there, and boy, he's 8th in the nation, 15.4 average. We've already seen what he can do on a kickoff return. You better cover this punt, and it looks like they're definitely coming after it. They're definitely going to try to block this punt.
On a wet day, 43-yard average by Dodge. There again is Turner, fumbles the football. He's getting down on the ground trying to recover it for Southern Illinois, and I think just barely got there before, again, Appalachian State was able to close. Riddle was down on top of him, number 25 on special teams. 1st and 10 to go. Southern Illinois down by 3 touchdowns as Jerry Kill looks out on the sideline. Jerry again 10-2 the last 2 years before going 9-3 this year and winning the Gateway Conference Championship 3 straight years.
Yeah, just misjudged it a little bit, but very sure-handed, was able to pick it up, and that's the 3rd punt now that Southern Illinois has gone after in this game, and that's probably the closest. It's been good protection by Appalachian State, very good protection. We said, as you remember, Sam, that was one of our keys to the game, and they've done it.
Well, they blocked 19 kicks in the Jerry Kill era, including 6 this year, 4 punts and 2 field goals. So again, they are a team that'll come after the kicker, as again they try to stay defensively ready and try to make something happen here if they possibly can with a 21-point deficit. Special teams this year, there's the blocks, 19 total blocks in the 5 years under Jerry Kill, and we think to, of course, Ricky Bussell down at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. He tutored himself under Frank Beamer over at Virginia Tech. They're renowned for blocking kicks.
Right, and it's such a huge impact in a game.
Sambursky on the run up the middle. He will gain some yardage, but that'll be all, as he'll get enough out that 2nd down and 10. He'll gain roughly about 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and Zambursky has over 1,000 yards rushing in his career as well, so he's an athletic guy back there. And I'll tell you what, this is what you got to do against him. When you're getting rushed like he is, you want to try to run draws. You want to try to do anything you can do to slow down that pass rush, because they have been relentless on Mr. Zambursky all day.
We showed you the 300-yard passing games so far this year by Williams. This is working on his 3rd 250 game for Zambursky. This pass is going to be incomplete, almost picked off. The coverage there by Appalachian State. Again, they got the good closing defense, and that ball was up for grabs and anybody's ball before it finally came down. And I tell you what, Monte Smith had a good shot at getting this one.
He really did. He made a good break to the football right there, right off his left fingertips, his left index finger.
And touchdown number 6. Got a touch of it, but that's all he could do. So again, another kick situation here by Southern Illinois, and back deep again is Jackson for Appalachian State. Chest high snap. He booms a good one down here. Jackson comes up. It'll take a bounce. Which way is the determining factor? Almost hitting like a wedge shot. Stops around the 31-yard line, and that's where they'll down it. Appalachian State will have it again, 1st and 10. And with the clock now, the ally of Appalachian State, 12:29 left to go. Southern Illinois is having to hope for, again, some more turnovers along the way.
Yeah, that's really their only shot right now. A punt return, a turnover for a touchdown, something like that. And of course, if you're Appalachian State, I think you're going to probably see more option football a little bit. I mean, we've already seen that here in the second half. More option football, trying to keep the ball on the ground a little bit more, trying to keep that clock moving.
So Williams stays in out of the shotgun, gets a call from the sideline. Wide receiver coach Lonnie Galloway, who holds the all-time record receiving over at Western Carolina, the major opponent of Appalachian State over in Killowee, North Carolina. Here's the handoff up the middle. They try to wedge it forward with Richardson. Offensive line has done what they needed to do, and we know with the defensive line, you win game in the trenches, and I guess, Coach, they've done a good job there.
They've done a spectacular job there, and even looking at the tape, I mean, I knew they were good up front defensively, Appalachian State, but I'll tell you what, today, man, have they played today. They have just dominated this football game. They really have.
And you're also seeing some new numbers in there as well, as they're able to go a little deeper on the offensive line now for Appalachian State, which is a big plus for them. As again, you saw Robertson, the right guard, and again, one of the juniors at 6'3", 295. He's a big one. And off on the inside, again, Richardson. Again, still moving ahead, got the first down, and gets it over the 45. And what a runner this kid has turned out to be. And just like Whitlock, you've got to find a handle on him, and if you don't have it, he can spin and get more yardage he does there.
Yeah, great balance and power. This is, again, just the zone play, and great balance. Look at his pull that left leg out of there and just keep on trucking. And then look at the power. That was Jamarcus Jordan that he kind of carried about those last 3 or 4 yards.
Richardson, by the way, 14 yards away from getting a 100-yard rushing game. He got 171 last week against Lafayette. That, of course, is the high so far in the 1AA playoffs. Northern Illinois has upset the #1 seed New Hampshire earlier today. Appalachian State, #2, is trying to make things happen. Richardson again, another 10, 11-yard gain, and they eat up the clock and yardage here with 11:09 to go.
And Sam, now the way I understand it, if Appalachian State can hang on here in this game, they'll play the winner of the Furman game, which starts, I think, at 6 o'clock.
Furman and Richmond.
And that starts at 6. And it's interesting because Furman beat Appalachian early in the year, 34-31, and blocked the field goal on the last play of the game to do it.
Now, if those two teams play, and of course, Appalachian State looks like they'll move. They were going to play on Friday night if New Hampshire won.
Right.
New Hampshire losing, they now play Saturday at noon in the semifinals of the 1AA playoffs.
And of course, that game would be here.
Absolutely, right back at home again. Spinning, trying to run for some running room. Appalachian State going a little deep into their backfield now. Number 42 is T.J. Corman. And, of course, Corman making one of those good plays early on in the game and has been added to the backfield. Now comes right back out.
And, of course, the Salukis now, that was big. Lionel Williams, 94, trying to pull that ball out. They're trying to do everything they can to get that ball on the ground. But they're not going to, Appalachian State is not going to let it happen.
Williams using as much of that clock as he can. It's down to 10 minutes now. Here's a good look at Lonnie Galloway. Scott Satterfield, calling the plays upstairs. Galloway gives it to him as they hand it off up the middle, and Richardson again. Workmanlike gains another 2 or 3 yards down to the 34-yard line.
Sam, I got good news and bad news.
Give me the good news first, will you?
It stopped raining.
Oh, thank you.
The bad news, I think the temperature dropped to 5 degrees.
So what fell is now ice. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'll tell you what now. What a gorgeous setting this is. Wow.
Second down, 4 yards needed for Appalachian State. Can Jeswin Williams look like he's ready to go with a play? He'll quickly pull it off, and the entire team looking to the sideline, getting the call. Out of the shotgun, handoff. Fake. Richardson, Williams trying to get outside, and he will get nowhere. Good pursuit on the outside that time by Southern Illinois. Leading the charge is Patrick Jordan, who's played a good right corner.
Yep, and they're going to have to give it up here. This is fourth and about 7. Let's see exactly what they try to do now.
Williams going to stay in, it looks like.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this would be now they have a quick kick in their game plan and with Williams, and this would be an excellent place to use it right here. And here's the audible. Let's see if they go to that.
4-down situation in the fact with 8:44 to go, and their defense playing so well. There it is. Good call, Coach. They put you down. Let's see if they cover well. And they will. They're going to jump on it inside the 5. They let it roll, and they're down at the 2-yard line. So the little pooch kick that time by Williams puts Southern Illinois deep in a hole. And boy, what a play out of the playbook there. Kind of surprising that Southern Illinois had not scouted that and knew that might be coming on.
They've never done that.
Never done it all.
That's the first time they put that in the game plan, and I'll tell you, and it can be so effective.
So as Williams seems to do everything now. Appalachian State leads by 3 scores. Appalachian State leading 31-10. Northern Iowa already advancing their upset over New Hampshire. Another game we haven't talked too much about is Texas State. They came up with a resounding win over Georgia Southern last week. They play Cal Poly. That'll be down in San Marcos, Texas. And we mentioned Richmond playing host to Furman in the other of the quarterfinal games, as Northern Iowa will go up against the winner of Cal Poly Texas State. It'll be Richmond or Furman against the winner of this game. Southern Illinois again trying to push it off their own doorstep. Appalachian State wanting a safety out of it, but they're not going to get that. Got close, but it'll be pushed out to about the 1.5-yard line for Southern Illinois.
Sam, I always laugh, defensive players, they all know that safety signal, don't they?
Yep.
Boy, and I tell you, just look at the penetration again. Oh man, they are tough up front.
West says, yeah, that's a safety. Antoine Jackson again stopped just outside the line of scrimmage for maybe about a half-a-yard gain at most. 2nd down and 9. Out of the end zone. Pass caught out at the 15-yard line, and a diving catch made, and they're not through yet as they continue to throw the ball. This time, Micah Turner, the senior coming out of Topeka, Kansas, makes the catch for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, just a little double-level play action. A guy on the flat and a guy on the corner route. He hit the corner route and made a terrific throw. Really threw it low and outside. Take a look at it here. Good, solid play action. 84 is running the little corner route right there. Of course, that's Turner. And excellent throw. Nobody else was going to get to that football.
Well, he particularly didn't want to throw it up where Wiggins could make the intercept, who had one earlier in this game.
Yeah.
Sambursky, who has been under pressure all night long, out of the pocket, throwing again. This one's going to be knocked down, almost intercepted again. And there is Wiggins saying, nope, almost had an intercept, but that's incomplete.
And I tell you, Marcus Murrell was bearing down on him just as he got rid of that football. I mean, it's been consistent all night long.
He's just a junior, by the way, is Murrell. 6'2", 230. Great quickness out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 44. And he, along with Hunter, just devastating tight defensive ends. I would imagine either Furman or Richmond, if they're scouting this game, they're going, oh my, or our tackles and tight ends going to be in for a long day if we can't stop those two.
Yep. I knew they were good, but I'll tell you, the whole front, the linebackers, their athleticism. Here's a quarterback draw.
Sambursky, good draw, knocks his head, gets stopped to around the 25-yard line. Needed to get to about the 25.5 for the first down. If he didn't make it, it's 3rd and very short.
And again, I like the call because, when they're rushing and getting up the field like that, then, the draw is the only way to slow it down. And here they had a straight rush. They didn't have a game on up front, and that's why the draw opened up. A lot of their success has been that was a part of the game plan by Coach Wiley. They wanted to run those stunts inside primarily for the draw.
Jackson is the deepest of the running backs and gets the call. He will get the first down and then thrown back by the defense. Byram, you see on the bottom of the stack, along with West, number 33, the linebacker. But they do get it up as Jackson getting up a little slowly now for Southern Illinois. And some of the Hale and Hardy are staying here as that defense has been the big key tonight for Appalachian State on ESPNU.
Really is, and of course, there's 24 seniors on the Southern Illinois team now, and it's going to be, they got about 6.5 minutes, and something really, really crazy has to happen here or their careers are going to end. And that those seniors are playing their hearts out.
Coach, the difficulty for Southern Illinois also is trying to throw deep on Appalachian State. Their safeties have played very well today.
Oh, they've played great, and they're very athletic. And here's a nice throw against the zone to the flat.
They throw it underneath.
Whoa!
And another great run put on that time by Antoine Jackson out of the backfield. And he's finally knocked out of bounds, but what a run before Lynch can finally corral him. And it's another first down for Southern Illinois.
That was some collision on the sideline here. Here, look at the duress he's under. Dumps it out here, and watch this collision right here. Wow!
Oh,
whoa, man! I'll tell you what, that was Justin Wazay, and he got Wazay on that one a little bit.
He did. Not sure what stars he's now looking at, to be honest with you. 6:12 to go in the game. Appalachian State trying to advance along with Northern Iowa, the two that are potentially already in the win column. Northern Iowa's already done their job over New Hampshire. Now Appy is trying to do the same here against Southern Illinois. Little short pass dumped over the middle, incomplete. Again, it's almost unbelievable how much pressure that Sambursky's had to throw under. He has had somebody in his face almost every single throw that he's had here today. You're watching the 1AA quarterfinals from NCAA college football. Southern Illinois, Appalachian State. We're at Kidd Brewer Stadium in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Boone, North Carolina. Sam Smith along with Doug Graber. Glad you could join us for today's game. I know a disappointing game for Southern Illinois fans. A big day for Appalachian State, though, up by 3 scores. 1st and 10 to go. Fumble, picks it up. Sambursky, that play totally shot, and he has to make something happen, and will for a couple of yards before, again, there's Morrell, and guess who was standing by? It was Hunter, waiting if he needed to pick him up.
As usual. And here, take a look at it right here. There comes Mr. Hunter and Morrell, both of them. There they are right there, 44-97. What a duo.
Well, Doug, you've made a mention. They're both stunning inside.
Yep.
Just not the people to pick up that stunt.
No, and the problem is they're so athletic and so quick when they do it. You see Coach Moore making sure they didn't have 12 on the field.
Sambursky throwing on a 2nd down. He's got his man at midfield, and will finally bring it ahead as they're throwing on the far side of the football field. That time Payne will make the catch. You may recall Payne had a running play early in the game. We haven't had much to call his name. Well, the catch is a pass there, and they'll move the chains again.
And take a look at it. That's a clean throw. That's one of the few times that he hasn't had somebody in his face, and there it goes. He makes an accurate throw, good timing. That's why he's such a good quarterback. But I'll tell you what, any quarterback would have struggled with this relentless pressure today.
Well, Shea making the stop again for Appalachian State, the sophomore. Really coming on strong with nearing 50 tackles for the year. That pass is just out of the reach, again throwing to Payne, and incompleted. 2nd down, 10 to go for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and that was a throw where he didn't have. That's one of the few really poor throws that Sambursky has made today. You know, and he's. How about this, Sam? He's got his bachelor's in finance, and he's going to have his MBA in finance, I think, by the end of this year. So quite a great student as well as a great player.
3.62 in finance, by the way, so spends a goodly time of his time on the books. Comes into the game right now, 12 out of 27, 2 intercepts. He's not thrown a TD and thrown for 147 yards today. So it's been a tough day at UCY as the whistle sounds again and a flag is down, indicating possibly some motion on the front line for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and what happened there, Monte Smith, the linebacker, was going to blitz from the split end side, and they tried to get the tight end down in a position he could see it coming. Yep, and that's what happened. He was trying to move to get in position to block the blitz, and he just couldn't quite get there. That's why he moved early.
Disappointing night for Jerry Kill in his 5th year at Southern Illinois.
You know, it was interesting talking to Jerry yesterday. One of the things he wanted his team and administration to see was a great 1AA program like this one. Just their whole operation, the way they do everything, their facilities.
They throw to Payne on the little dump inside again. Payne has been their go-to guy right now. We haven't heard from one of their top receivers in Brent Little, the senior, just kind of become non-existent. Matter of fact, I was even looking on the sideline if he was injured or something, because we have not seen him. Well, matter of fact, he just walked into the camera there.
Yeah, he's
but they haven't been able to throw to him.
They just have, well, he's more of a down the field guy, and they just frankly have not had the time to get the football to him.
He's one of the flankers going to the far side. Straight back, throwing this time, trying to throw a little curl over the middle, trying to get it again to a man who's had a good day, and Kellen Allen Just could not get to the football. Incomplete. Brings up now a 3rd down, and about 6 yards needed here by Southern Illinois to keep this drive alive, and any reasonable hope with 4:16 to go to win the game.
Yep, and this is what's called 22 Yale coverage, man underneath. See, every receiver has got a man running underneath, and then a 2 deep zone over the top of that. Very, very tough to throw against.
Does that mean if your man gets away, you just yell?
Yeah, it's called Yale. That means lock. That means block, buddy. You got him.
4th down conversion now to 4th down. It's 6 of 11 so far for the year, and a big one here. They're throwing deep. A receiver is there, and it's going to be complete. And guess what? The guy on the moment is going to be Brent Little. The man that makes the big plays, makes a huge one there for Southern Illinois.
And guess what? That was 22 Yale coverage again. The problem was the safety could not get over there over the top. And there's Brent Little.
Only the 2nd catch of the day. And again comes up with a nice catch there and makes a big one there.
Yeah, you see the safety just couldn't quite get there. And boy, what an athletic play that was. See, that's really the safety's fault. The safety is the one that has to be over the top when they're playing man under.
So 1st and 10 to go, just outside the 15 of Appalachian State. Southern Illinois working on the bootleg up the middle. Zamberski will take it to the 5. Dives forward to a 1st and goal situation. Wiggins finally able to bring him down. Well, you kind of wonder, obviously, Appalachian State up 31-10. Not to say they're going to be letting down by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly Southern Illinois is going to say, you know, some of these things are working. I wish they'd have done this earlier.
Yeah, well, and give a lot of credit to Southern Illinois and their seniors. I mean, there's no give up in these guys. I mean, they're playing hard. They've played hard right from the snap. But you know, frankly, they just ran into, in my opinion, a little bit too much talent on the defensive side of the football in particular today. Just short, just inches.
So it'll be a 2nd down and short. Would set up a 1st down and goal if they get this one. Jerry Moore, he's looking anxiously at that clock with 3:45 left to go. Maybe he's looking for the locker room and see if they got his hot tea ready for him when he gets in here. You see the numbers so far, the drives, and you see that they've had, starting at their own 1, it's been a pretty doggone good drive for them so far, but again, using a lot of time and down by 3 scores.
Yep.
Handoff goes to Jackson. They have reached the line of scrimmage, but I'm not sure if he got enough for the 1st down. Needed just inches. And again is met by Kelly, the middle linebacker, right in the middle. And Banks also coming in. That's Pierre Banks out of Durham, North Carolina. Sophomore also was there.
Yeah, just a double ISO play, and wow. I've said it before, no place to go. No place to go.
Well, they have enough for the 1st down, so it's 1st and goal to go for Southern Illinois, though. He got the inches he needed. They throw it to the flare to the corner. They got it, and a touchdown is made. As that time, Kellen Allen, that high jumper, goes up, makes the catch, and gets the score for Southern Illinois.
Good game planning. I mean, again, he can really get up and get him, and they just lob it up there and let him go get it. Very, very tough to defend.
That's his 10th touchdown of the year.
And Zamberski, that's a terrific throw. That is not an easy throw. There's a lot of quarterbacks that really struggle with that throw. It's you know, the timing and the exact loft of the football.
Little fade to the corner. Extra point. Kaufman gets it up, and it is good. So they go for the extra point to make it 17. And it's a 31-17 game. And when we return, guess what's coming? You better believe it. The onside kick is not far from behind as you're watching 1AA college football. Jerry Kill, head coach of Southern Illinois, had hoped for better things to happen here at Appalachian State. Boom, he got behind 10-0 in the 1st quarter. It got worse in the 2nd. His team came back with a 93-yard kick return put on the board by Southern Illinois. Run back that time by Turner. But right back comes Appalachian State to score. Matter of fact, only 42 seconds later.
Yep.
And it made it 31-10 before the score by Southern Illinois. 31-17. And here comes one of the most exciting plays in all of college football. And there it is. It's in the air. It's up for grabs. And it's going to belong to whom?
That should be Southern Illinois' ball.
And a man at the bottom of the pack comes up with the football, and they are discussing if it went the 10-yard necessary. As again, Turner's off the bottom of the stack there as their sure hands man, and they are assuring the referee that it did go the necessary 10. And Southern Illinois comes up with the onside kick.
You know, I don't think it went 10, but the key is they touched it. Yeah, they touched it first. And you know, And absolutely, you should. If you have a high bounce like that and you're the defending team, you should come across the line of scrimmage and take it. But you got to make the play. Let's take a look at it here. I think he touched it before it went 10 yards. Yeah, he did right there, and they recovered. So there's no question. That's definitely a Saluki football.
So Craig Turner, who ran a 93-yard kickoff return back, now makes a key fumble recovery for Southern Illinois. Appalachian State needed 24 points in the second half to win over Lafayette last week. Southern Illinois is going to need a bunch to get out of this one, but they're at least trying. Sambursky out of the shotgun to the sideline and throws that one away.
Yep, and that was very, very well covered. Had no place to go with the football. No place.
Second down, 10 to go for Southern Illinois.
You know, I like that logo on the helmets with the Saluki there.
Yep.
The dogs that were bred by the Egyptians, the hunting dogs, beautiful animals. It's a sleek looking. I like that. I like the logo.
Are you going to talk like an Egyptian?
No, I can't do that. I have a hard enough talking just normal, believe me.
By the way, these two teams have dominated their conference. For Southern Illinois, they had 7 on the first team all conference. On the other side, ASU had a total of 8 on the first team. So those two clubs dominating their conference in all plays. There may have been a fumble at the line of scrimmage on that one.
He never got the ball coming out. He never did get it.
They indicate it's Appalachian State. So Appalachian State comes up with a fumble recovery. So one takeaway, one give back, and that's the story for Southern Illinois today. As Sambursky, you saw him going out of there, that wet hand, and never got a hold of that football at all.
Really, really a tough day for the senior quarterback, but what a fabulous, fabulous career he has had. He has been the man there for the last 4 years in the resurgence of this program. Yeah, he never got the football. And I don't know whether he pulled out early or exactly what happened.
And again, as he tried to get to it, his center was pushed right back on top, and Will Justice couldn't hold him up as they trail 31-17. Well, a big lead here by Appalachian State, closing 3 minutes of this one. And, of course, Appalachian State dominating the offensive team of the Southern Conference, including, of course, their main man, and that's the guy taking the snap, Ricky Williams. And he throws for the long. He's throwing for Brooklyn. Man is open, and it's touchdown. They get it ahead to Jackson, and Dexter carries it in. Appalachian State goes over the top against Southern Illinois and catches him and gets another score on the board.
Yeah, and that's the third down the field big play they've had today. And he came down the line as though it was an option, and boom, the corner bit up, and there the ball goes, and that's it. Well, I'll tell you, Jerry Kill didn't like that one. That was very disheartening for him, and it's been a tough day, and that just makes it a little bit tougher.
Julian Rouse will try to add the extra point for Appalachian State with under 3 to go. He'll kick out of the hole of Eric Elsner. Kick is up, and it is good. So 38-17 our score, as Appalachian State may have just officially slammed the door on Jerry Kill and Southern Illinois as they go over the top and make a big score. By the way, speaking of Richie Williams, 20 of 28, 367 yards, 3 touchdowns, and again also has rushed 14 times, 36 yards and a touchdown. Need more be said about the offensive player of the year in the Southern Conference.
Yeah, no question about he definitely is the offensive player of the year, and that was just a corner. He just kind of caught him napping there a little bit, and that was Brad Brashear.
So again, as they make the catch and the run, it's once again a big lead here by Appalachian State. There is the night is over by Richie Williams. I would doubt very seriously if we see him anymore tonight. Yeah, I would be jumping and jiving as well with this kind of night he's had tonight.
He is a great kid. He's a fun-loving kid. His teammates love him, man. He has a lot of fun, I'll tell you. You're right. He's serious on the field, but he's fun all week, boy. I enjoyed talking to him yesterday.
He said, "Hey, I threw that almost like a discus. You know, I just kind of slayed it."
He's a big practical joker. He was with a couple of his teammates last week. They got in the car to go, to get some fast food.
Yeah.
He slammed the door and he started screaming, "Bang, bang, bang!" They about died.
They looked at each other. Oh, there goes our scholarship.
Yeah, what have we done?
Camden, South Carolina is the home of Williams, and I think his day has been done as the kick by Appalachian State will come up short. At the 20-yard line, they get it to Turner. Turner, who turned in at 93, stays on his feet, dives out to about the 42-yard line.
Well, he is a good football player. I'll tell you what. This has been an interesting experience for Southern Illinois. You know, they went to the playoffs last year, got beaten in the first round. This year, they got to the second round, so they're building this program. And Coach Kill has done a great job, and this will be a learning experience. They'll learn from this game.
Well, Whitlock has returned one kick. The rest of them all belonged to Turner. And Southern Illinois, 6, make that 7 returns for 218 yards. So you can plainly tell that Turner has certainly done his job in the kick return partner as far as the special teams are concerned.
You know, we haven't seen Archie Whitlock now in a while. I wonder if that ankle is just kind of got sore on him.
Sambursky tries to dump it off and does. And ahead they come. His own man knocked him down that time as they swung it out of the backfield. Rennell Thomas will catch it out of the backfield, ran right in to one of his offensive linemen, and boom, down he goes. And I guess if you run into Will Justice at 6'4", 290, you are going to fall down.
Yeah, take a look. Look at the athleticism. I mean, he has a hard time even getting a screen off. He has taken a pounding today.
Second down, only a yard needed after a gain of 9 on the play. Sambursky again in the pocket, plenty of time to throw to Payne. Payne at the 40, takes it inside there, and he'll be upended as he takes it down to the 38-yard line. First down, Southern Illinois. They're playing for pride right now. 38-17, they trail in the game.
This has been a real, think about it, though, the advantage of the playoffs. What a great place to visit. I bet a lot of these kids have never even seen the mountains before, and it's just an amazing experience to come out here.
By the way, keep in mind this defense of Appalachian State is stopping a team that averages 35 a game. And actually have done a little bit of that in the playoffs. They swing it out to this time to the far side, trying to get it in the hands of Little. And he can't hang on to it. Good coverage by Appalachian State to knock the ball away.
And quite frankly, Sam, I think that Southern Illinois has just had a very difficult time today offensively adjusting to the speed and the athleticism of that Appalachian State defense. And it's the same thing when a great college player goes to the pros. It's not size, it's the speed of everything that happens. It's just so fast.
Auger, you saw a player that's had quite a day on the corner. Sambursky pulling this one out, and it'll be incomplete. Tried to swing it out of the backfield to Jackson. Jackson said, oh man.
Yeah, that was Kelly that made the big hit there. Zod Kelly, the middle backer.
Said, don't throw it high, will you not? Will you throw it lower for me, please?
Please, sir, Mr. Quarterback.
Please. Boy, Kelly lowered the boom on a young man from Miami, Florida. That's one of the nice things about the Appalachian State program. With their success in the Southern Conference, along with Furman and Georgia Southern in particular, they've been able to widen their recruiting base also because of the 1AA playoff system and the national television exposure they've received with it.
Tremendous for 1AA football.
Out of the shotgun, Sambursky throws this one up for grabs on the near sideline. There'll be a hold, and that time Touchstone touched him a little too much and will draw the personal foul on the defensive interference.
Yeah, he just bumped him as the ball was in the air, and that's an easy call by the official. And that was again that 22 Yale coverage again, where he's trying to explain to Coach Moore. Coach Moore is not hearing any of that.
Jerry was talking about also, he said, hey, was that ball catchable? Had to be a little bit of a consideration. Look at the numbers on Williams here.
Wow.
And a total yardage today over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Most popular guy on the team right there. Everybody loves that kid here in Boone, North Carolina, I'll tell you.
Well, if you don't get to play much at the end of the game, get around the quarterback somewhere. You're going to win. You'll get on TV.
You get some airtime.
Absolutely. You get some FaceTime. Southern Illinois has a minute 37 to punch one in. It'll be little consolation, however, as they will drop to 9-4. But they may be looking at the national championship team, as this is Sambursky. He'll take it all the way down inside the 10, dives to right at the 10 anyway, and it'll be close to a 1st and goal to go.
That was not a quarterback draw. That was just simply Sambursky absolutely running for his life, because Hunter and Marcus Morrell were bearing down, and I'll tell you what, luckily he saw it.
You know, we talked about Joe Suter tonight. The defensive right tackles had a big day. Byram also has played well, but Morrell along with Hunter just kind of overshadowed him on that defensive line.
They're just so athletic that they absolutely do. They just overshadow him.
It'll turn out here on the near side, getting it out to Payne again.
You know, and I got to say this, Sam, I never really liked those throws down inside the 20-yard line when you're throwing it all the way out past the numbers. You know, those defensive backs, they're waiting for that one.
They're waiting for those 90-something returns. Timeout called by Southern Illinois. And while we've got the timeout, again, our thanks for joining us on 1AA college football playoffs here. And again, Appalachian State number 2. Number 1, New Hampshire has been knocked off by Northern Iowa. That ball game played up in New Hampshire, by the way. They were getting a home game as well.
Yep.
And they won it 24-21. Actually had a 21-0 lead. And New Hampshire comes back to tie it at 21. A field goal finally wins it for Northern Iowa, another member of the Gateway Conference.
Yeah, they just came roaring back up there. That's a great win on the road. And, you know, while we get a chance, too, we want to congratulate really this whole staff at Appalachian State. A great job of preparation. Dale Jones, linebackers. Mark Spear, the defensive line coach. What a job by him today. Of course, there's Coach Moore, who heads up. And these guys, that's a key here in this program. All these assistants have been with him for years and years. He's been here 17 years. John Wiley, the defensive coordinator, has done an outstanding job. The whole defensive staff has really been terrific. Scott Satterfield coaches the quarterbacks coach. And Lonnie Galloway, we've talked about. Chris Moore, running backs. Sean Elliott, offensive line. Congratulations. Terrific. There you saw John Wiley right there. Terrific job of preparing this team. You know, they weren't tight yesterday. I mean, they were loose, the coaches and the players.
Second down, they play that little fade route again in the corner. And if they get it again, they do. Second straight time they've thrown that to Kellen Allen. And the high jumping champion out of high school shows again, if you're going to throw it, I'll catch it. And he does again with another great catch.
Yeah, and again, a nice elevation on the ball, and he just knew exactly. He had a lot of room to work with. They were on the left hash, so they had a lot of room to work with out all the way to the right corner of the field.
15th of the career of this young man, Kellen Allen, out of Springfield, Missouri, Hillcrest High School. And again, one of the senior players that is saying goodbye for the final time at Southern Illinois, down 38-24. And again, with a minute to go, yeah, there will be one more onside kick. That'll be forthcoming here in a moment. Williams, you saw the numbers on him. The rushing tonight, 99 yards by Kevin Richardson. Williams himself rushed for 36. Other side, Whitlock was 95 yards on 20 carries, leading the ball there. And again, the top receivers was indeed Allen with 5 for 76 and 2 touchdowns. And on the other side, Brandon Turner, what a catching night. He had 4 catches, 105 yards. Not a bad average, but didn't get a touchdown. Got 2 of them very close, though.
Yeah, he did. And boy, we saw some of the greatest catches I've ever seen in college football tonight here in this stadium. 2 by the Salukis and 1 by the Mountaineers. I mean, just fantastic, athletic, acrobatic catches. And of course, there's Coach Moore, and he's making sure his troops are lined up properly for this onside kick that you know is coming. Now the last one was kind of a high lob kick by the kicker. Now let's see if he hits a line drive or what kind of kick he hits here. Same kick.
That's up in the air again. This time the sure hands people of Appalachian State will not let that one get away, as Daniel Bettis, their tight end, is right on top of it. So it'll be Appalachian State's football as they'll take over to put the finishing touches on this with a minute to go. By the way, our thanks to Mike Flynn, the athletic director, or sports information director, excuse me, at Appalachian State for his help. Tom Weber, the sports information director, again at Southern Illinois. The 2 coaches, the 2 Jerrys, Jerry Kill, Jerry Moore, and all their staff and everybody surrounding this. They've got to help us this game on with the numbers and the cooperation they've had. They're proud of their universities, and we're mighty proud to be a part of this 1AA playoff system that's going right now.
Very well said, Sam. I concur. Fantastic. Been fun.
So it'll be, again, the new quarterback in. This will be Nick Hill. And Hill will just run out the sting now. That'll be Trey Elder, Trey Elder, number 15. They'd actually run another number in, and then Elder stepped out. So Elder, number 15, will step in. The sophomore, he's from Duncan, South Carolina. Numbers on him, 4 touchdowns, 311, 3 interceptions, though. And there's another number for Williams as well, only 4 intercepts. And again, now playing in his 13th game of the season.
Yeah.
Quite a
amazing job in this offense, as much as he throws it. And I'll tell you, they're excited about Trey Elder. He ran this spread offense in high school, and they think he's going to be a really good player here.
Takes a knee, and that'll be the sportsmanlike situation for Appalachian State, as they will let the clock run out. The crowd will get to celebrate in the call of Boone, North Carolina, as they're heading to the semifinals. and very easily as the number 2 seed and the highest seed left could be the team to beat. And Coach, it was a tough night for Jerry Kill, but a big night for Appalachian State.
A huge night for Appalachian State, and I tell you, I'm really enjoying watching the fellowship of the players on the field congratulating each other as well. 2 good coaches right there, boy.
So you see the final score: Appalachian State 38, Southern Illinois 24. For Doug Graber and our entire staff, thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Good night, everybody, from Kid Brewer Stadium, Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina, as the Mountaineers truly were the men of the mountain tonight as they come up for the win. They'll head for a showdown either with Furman or Richmond in the next game to be played next Saturday at noon right back here in Boone. So until next time, thank you and so long from NCAA Division I AA football.